This is the URT. You are the URT. Pick up the URT. Subscribe to the URT. Smash the likes for the URT. Nobody can fucking tell me fuck F all. I know and read football more than most. And nobody is even close to me when it comes to reading situations. I told everybody and their nan this was the hardest game for Michael Carrick. Manchester United tonight, zilch. I said it's Nuno Espirito Santos. He knows how to set up it defensively. Carrick got found out tonight, and he's not the guy. Carrick got found out tonight, so all this, give it to Carrick, give it a rest. He's not the guy. Manchester United got found out for what they were. They got found out for what they were, and we got found out for what it is. That is simple. Ben, how are you feeling after the game? Because West Ham did a proper mid to low block job on us, and all we're doing going through the middle. What kind of bullshit tactics is that? What is Carrick doing? Get Sesko on in the first half, mate. In the half time, Sesko should have come on. What are we doing here? Why are we trying to keep going through the middle when they've got such a low block? What is he doing? Carrick got found out for what he was tonight. Ben, are you there? Can you hear me? How did you see the game? Because I've got a lot more to say. I said it on the preview yesterday. And everybody, we're confident. They're shit. We're going to go there and smash them. Smash what? We have 3 shots on goal on target. And that goal is a fluke. It's an absolute fluke from Sesko. What are we doing here? I said it. I explained what the game was going to be. What are we doing here, people? Smash the like. If you want the real truth, come to the fucking right channel. You're at that right fucking channel. If you want the bullshit fucking hype, then go somewhere else. Right here, we read the fucking games. We read it. We do proper previews. We break it down. We tell you the strength of the opposition here on this fucking channel. We keep it 100%. Carrick got found out like he was a championship manager tonight because his tactics were fucking basic. So stop telling me about Woodgate, Steve Holland, all this BS. They got found out tonight for what they were. Basic fucking, get them going, get the ball out wide, get crosses into the fucking box. We didn't even do that. Can you hear me?
Yes, big up, man. Are you wanting to do the intro, no?
I'm fuming because people, Ben, fucking chat shit to me. That's why I'm fucking fuming. People tell me, it's easy. I read games. That's what I do. I watch United for 30 fucking years. I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Do you not want to do the intro, or do you do no intro tonight?
Yeah, you know what? I need to calm down.
Yeah. Do the intro first, man. Big up.
Fucking beer. I'm fucking fuming because I called the game and I said that's what the game was going to go. And I said Carrick could get found out. He got found out tonight. He managed like a championship fucking manager. And the players were a disgrace. But I can't blame it all on the players because the tactics the way they're giving were bullshit tactics. I can't blame the players. The players were told to play through the middle and the tactics we're given was bullshit. Go ahead, Ben. I'm going to mute.
Yeah. Good evening firstly to you, Nerdin. Good evening to the chat, man. Free Palestine, free Sudan, free Tigray, free Congo, free everyone that's oppressed around the world, man. Brother, I'm fucking speechless, man. I really am speechless. When I looked at the lineup, I I seen that Sesko wasn't starting. I seen that Xerxes wasn't started. I immediately thought we're gonna struggle, man. We're gonna struggle because this guy Nuno, sexy Mendes or what do you fucking call him, bro? This guy's had our number for so many fucking years. People can say about Ange's had our number. People can say about fucking Pep's had our number. Klopp's had our number over the years. Arteta, brother, this guy knows how to play against us, man. I can't stand this fucker, man, in this Premier League because every time I play against him, I shit myself because he just knows how to play against fucking us, man. It just pisses me off. This was going to be the big test because they play low block. This whole Spurs were down to 10 men, like low block shit. It did not like that didn't mean shit, man, because when you're playing against 10 men, it's a lot easier. You can move the ball quicker. The flow can be a wee bit better. Like another thing, you can actually add another defender into the attack. So I'm not adding that Spurs as like a green tick for Michael Carrick. No. This one, because this guy, Nuno, is Mr. fucking Low Block FC. He is Mr. Low Block. If you could beat him, if you can expose this guy Nuno, I'm telling you right now, Michael Carrick probably would have been right. Okay, you've ticked mid block, you've ticked high press, you've ticked now low block, brother. This guy gets a fucking feel from tonight, man. Let me get on to the players. Ahmad, you greedy, useless bag of shite, man. Greedy, useless bag of shite. West Ham United won. No, sorry. West Ham United won. Bruno Fernandes FC United won. Brother, this game was all played through Bruno Fernandes. Long ball. And Bruno was like, run. I'm like, fucking slow down. Be patient. And I know Bombay is laughing already, but I'm sorry. We've seen the worst players on the pitch are the players we need to get rid of ASAP. Yes, they might be doing well statistically wise, but I'm sorry, man. We cannot be building a foundation with one fucking player. Dalot, shocking. This guy looks sharp, bro. I said, bro, go and get yourself a McDonald's, bro. I take back everything I said, man. Man had too many Big Macs tonight. He was absolutely fucking abysmal tonight. Hamad, you greedy bag of shite, man. Honestly. And what really, really upset me tonight, man, was I was gutted that what do you call him? Fuck, what do you call the youth that plays in the wing on the wing? He's a right winger, youth player in the he wasn't on the bench. I think he's injured. Oh, someone help me out, man. Someone help me out. Anyways, Shay Lacey. I was gutted that kid's not available, man, because honestly, he would have made a difference today if he replaced Ahmad. I'm sorry, bro. Cunha was not the worst player out of the attack. He was not. Carrick got that wrong. Ahmad was abysmal. And Bruno was so bad. Bruno Fernandes, bag of shite. Honestly, back to the old Bruno ways. Honestly, I am sick to fucking death with these players at times, man, because we're trying to fucking go 1,000,000 miles an hour with long ball. Then we're going back, like Giovanni pointed it out. We're too slow at times. We're too fucking slow at times. When Martinez is on the ball, two players beside Martinez aren't moving. Fucking move! This is football. Fucking move! Honestly, man, Michael Carrick got found out today. I agree with you, Nurden. We did play through the middle too much, man. Far too much. But I'm sorry, Nurden. Can I just say something as well? People, that's what really fucking pisses me off, man. This is Michael Carrick's game plan. This is Michael Carrick's tactics. But it's also chasing Weetabix Wilcox's game plan too. This is why I always mention this fucking cheeky bastard's name, man, because honestly, he's hiding. We're playing hide and seek. He's always hiding in the background because people think, oh, sporting director doesn't do any system or doesn't do any tactics. He just does the transfers. No. Watch Johan Cruyff's son playing in the Open. A sporting director is not only in charge of transfers and that, he's in charge of the system. He's in charge of the game plan going into every fucking week of whatever fixture you're playing. I'm sorry, man. This is Michael Carrick's tactics, but it's also Wilcox's tactics. So I can get on to Carrick and I can get on to fucking Wilcox, man, because that man is the boss. He's the man. He's in charge of the whole game plan. He's in charge of the whole system. He's in charge of everything, man. So Carrick got it wrong today. Wilcox got it wrong today. A few of the players got it wrong today. I thought Mainu and Casper were actually quite good. And like I said, bro, towards the end, that is the reason why Xerxes and Sesko should have started, man. Because when you're looking at all the West Ham players compared to the United players, it's night and day difference. They're too tall. They're too big. They're too strong. We're not strong. We're not tall. All we had was Maguire and Casemiro. That's fucking not good enough, man. Xerxes strong. Xerxes tall. Sesko's tall. Sesko's strong. I'm sorry, man, but Carrick got it completely wrong. What I would have done is Sesko should have played, and Xerxes should have played as the front two, and then I probably would have put maybe Cunha on the left and try and Bumo on the right. I would have rested. I probably would have rested Bruno tonight, man. Like I know obviously people are gonna get on to me, man, because he's been a so-called Mr. Assisted King. And I can tell in his attitude as well. He desperately wants to get this world record bullshit in amount of assists, man. Bro, think of the team first. Don't think of yourself, man. Please. Please. Just please keep it simple, man. And this is not only on Bruno in terms of like long balls. Fucking Cass was trying to do it. Martinez was trying to do it. Bro, I was roaring, bro. And I actually got a few noise complaints tonight because I was roaring that much for screaming long balls. Stop with the fucking long balls, man. But look, Dallo was shocking. Shaw was shocking. I thought Maguire actually did quite well. Euro did well as well. I thought Martinez as well. He was quite good as well, bro. But look, honestly, man, I feel so sorry for United Strand, man. It looks like he's never gonna get his haircut, man, because honestly, it's just I would have picked any other team, bro. I would have played any other team, just not Nuno, man, because this guy is Mr. Masterclass. Masterclass fucking low block FC. And if Michael Carrick did well tonight and we smashed West Ham, I would have said, right, I'm leaning towards Carrick maybe getting the permanent job, but I need to see more low block like teams, like see how well we perform. I don't care about high press teams, mid block teams. I'm more interested about low blocks because that's been our struggle over these fucking years, bro. But I'm sorry, man. Like I can't let anyone off the hook tonight, man. I feel sorry for United Strand. He's not going to get his haircut anytime soon, man. And shaming every single one of those players except for Cass, Mainu, Maguire, Lamons too, and Martinez. But the rest are useless bag of shite, man. Ahmad, please stop being greedy. Stop being fucking greedy. Big up, man. Free Palestine every time, man.
Big up Bumbaye. I called it yesterday. I said this is Carrick's toughest step, and he's failed.
David, let me do it for you. Let me do it for you. First of all, you said this would be a very difficult game, and you were worried about this game, and we spoke to it today when we were together. So for me, you called it right. They could have won the game if they had a bit more, bit more decisive. For me today, the first half, first 11 minutes was, up and down. Then we got a lot of the ball in their half. It was an ultimate, pro job today. Thou shalt not pass. And he is a type of manager that is not the most expensive, but he knows how to shut a team out. And this was the day, the way the game went when they scored straight away. What you said came into me. You usually say if they score first, we're in trouble, but I think it was very pertinent tonight. It had substance saying something like that because when they scored, I was kind of resigned to that's it. And if it wasn't for an absolute phenomenal finish from Sesko, it would have been it.
I think it was a fluke. I think it was an incredible fluke.
It's like a Van Persie type thing. That was amazing. What did I think of the game? So I thought first half was a bit different to the second half. First half, man, once the game settled, they were doing a lot of long balls straight back to us. They were in it, but we had at times over 60% possession. All the moves, all the positive stuff today started with Martinez that I thought his passing was exceptional in the first half. Punching balls into feet that allowed us to face the game in front of us, took a couple of men out of the game for them. So his passing was excellent. Thought Maguire played his part. He was good today. But for me, the biggest problem today was, as a team, it was a bit slow and we didn't play with any courage and risk. And I say that, bro, because there's so many moments where Luke Shaw, I think, was the most guilty of not playing the pass when the run's been made and taking the easy option. That's terrible. You can't do that in this game. It's already no space whatsoever. You have to take those passes. So I thought he was poor today in that department. I thought Kobe Mainu was guilty in that department. And this was the main problem for me. Not taking the passes that have an element of risk, but that pass to find the run is going to set us up to create a possible chance. There was a time when Dalot's right through. Ahmad, man, you've got to give it that ball. Then there's Mbuemo in the second half. Just play it to out wide to Ahmad. He's on his own. Doesn't take the pass. It was too much of that. It was very safe. And they were pretty comfortable, bro. First off, what I did like when I wasn't watching the board a lot, I was trying to figure out like what are we gonna have to do to break this team down. There was lots of really good runs from Cunha and Ahmad in behind, but Martinez, Bruno, Cobbs, nobody was finding those runs. Today was just a too safe a performance. It's like the freedom, the expression with which we've played in the previous 4 games disappeared today. And it's almost as if we kind of resigned ourselves to, we don't want to get caught on the break because we're susceptible. So we're not going to take any risky passes. And then the quality was poor generally throughout the team, especially second half. Just the passing, very slow, poor quality passing, wrong passes. It wasn't a performance. It wasn't a good one by the whole team. It wasn't great. But who did well? I thought Martinez was all right. Maguire was all right. Sonny Lemons, really good how he came out for that ball. Did well. I mean, the goal was so soft. Luke Shaw starts it. He takes the lion's share of the blame. Then Mbuemo goes out there, but it's half-hearted. You can't let that cross come in, man. And then finally, Kobe switches off, allows the guy to ghost in front of him, get a touch. So it's threefold, very, very poor goal to concede, man. Very poor goal to concede. They're watching, they're sleeping. Can't do that here because if they score first, it's game over. So lack of courage, lack of risk, really poor quality throughout the team. And I think tonight, I mean, you have to give West Ham credit, man. Nuno can shut out a lot of teams, but we were poor. We helped in that department. So is it Michael Carrick? Is it the players? Because at a certain point, I felt we could have been there for another half hour. We might not have even made the keeper work. You needed good quality balls into the box. You would have got Xerxes nearly unlocked it. Should Sesko have come on a bit earlier? I'm not sure. The only problem was if Sesko comes on, if you noticed first half, when West Ham were getting at us, when they had their moments, Brian Mbuemo was doing a lot of work. So if you take Brian off, I was thinking, and you bring Sesko on, okay, you can get a ball in the box. He will be dangerous. But when they get their chance, Sesko's not going to be able to give you what Brian gives you. So it's a bit of a balancing act. I wouldn't have brought him on at halftime. I thought, let me see how this game goes, and then eventually we will bring him on, which we did. I thought Lenny Oro was brilliant with the minutes that he played today. 2 fantastic. The first one was perfect. The way he basically coaxed 2 players and sees the shot out, and then against Adama, the second one, fantastic. Really, really good. But all in all, not a good performance, bro. We sneaked a point, big point. But yeah, we've got to play better as a team. I think it's down to the players today, bro. A lot of it. I think we should have been a lot better than we were, bro.
I called the game. I predicted everything the way it was. I need to get the others in. The others in, so just hold your thought there. I predicted everything what was going to happen today. So the question is simple. Carrick's basic tactics. I was worried about Fulham. I told everybody. I said Spurs in that first half an hour. We didn't look that. Tonight, I don't know whether it's the players or the tactics. I think it's more about the tactics tonight. Tactics tonight were woeful, basic, played into the hands of a low block. And the worst thing you can do against a low block is try to play through the middle. And I told every fucking buddy and their fucking nan about Luke Shaw. I told everybody and their nan about Luke fucking Shaw, right? Luke Shaw is woeful. He can't do it anymore. He's a shitbag. He cost us that first goal. And Kobe, sleeping. You already there. You're there. Get rid of that ball. Get rid of the fucking ball. You already there. So at the end of the day, I don't know who's, by the way, we're over 700. We need at least 400 likes on this video. Because if you want the real analysis and real previews, you come to this fucking channel. If you want fucking twerkers and fucking Jim the Rat and fucking Ineos belly dancers, go to the other fucking channels. Go to the big fucking channels that flip-flop from one show to the other. Go to those fucking channels. Here, we keep it 100%. I said this is Carrick's biggest test out of all the games we played on Under His Reign. I called it. I said it 5 times last night's preview. In the comments, people are making fun of me, calling me fucking negative. People saying 3-1. You know what I mean? We got a 2-0. I'm like, what? What? I said, I'll take a 1-0 win. We didn't score in that first half, and Michael Carrick put the same team out. We didn't even test the keeper in that first half, and he made changes at 60 minutes, 70 minutes nearly. What the fuck is he doing? Michael Carrick has failed the test. He's not going to be Manchester United manager. I've seen enough. And people are like, Nuruddin, you're calling it too easy. You're panicking. It's one game. No, I've seen it. I studied fucking football with these fucking eyes. I can see what I can see with my own eyes. I can see it. He has no clue. Holland, he has no clue. Woodgate, they don't have any fucking clue. They don't have clues. You bring a striker on to occupy the second halves. In the second half, Sesko should have been on. Sesko is on for Cunha. Get the fuck off the pitch. Get him on. Occupy. Get the ball out wide. Double up out wide. And get crossing to the fucking box. Stretch it. If the team is sitting with a low block, stretch them out wide. That's how you fucking do it. You stretch them out wide, and then you get your 10 or whatever midfielders to play in the pockets. We didn't do that. Instead, we played into their hands. They won the ball back. Luke fucking Shaw. 11 fucking years in this fucking club. I told you every fucking season. He lets the fucking ball bounce. What happens? And Kobe Mainu, we're praising him up. He goes to fucking sleep. The worst thing is that if he's not there, he's there. Just be stronger. Be fucking stronger. Pull him off. What are we doing here? Carrick is not the guy. Carrick's not the guy. Basic tactics. Luani, I want to hear how you saw the game.
You're on mute, Luani. You're on the mute.
Hey, good evening. How you guys doing? Sorry.
Good evening, bro.
Good evening. Look, Nuruddin, we just need to calm down a little bit. I don't think this is a case
I'll ask you a question. Did I call it yes or no? Did I call it last night or yes or no? Did I call it? Yeah. I called it. Thank you.
Yeah, you did call it. You did call it Nuruddin, but if that shot by Wan-Bissaka didn't save that shot on the line, we're here having a different conversation, right? So it could have gone.
You know what, Luani? If not, maybe if my nun was my fucking uncle, my grandma was my sister. What are we doing here? It's football, my friend.
No, then
Tell me about the game. Tell me about the tactics, Luani. I want to hear what you thought of the tactics.
No, you know, it's not more about the tactic. We know that Nuno will come and set up a low block, and our concern was how are we going to break the low block. And I've been adamant in saying that I don't think there is any tactic in the world that can break down a low block, because eventually those tactics will force you down the wing. The middle is going to be stacked. You're going to go down the wing, you cross the ball. And West Ham, let's face it, they have size in their defense. Every time we cross the ball, they just heading it back out. So today, I won't say that Carrick tactic got found out. Not necessarily that. I'm looking at it from another angle. First, the positive is that
you weren't watching the game. I'm gonna move.
No. Oh, no, first, the positive in the game is that we didn't lose a game of football we're supposed to lose. So that means that in terms of character, these players still want to win the game. So we're still in the hunt for top four. We preserve a point. That's great. The only kind of, I won't say negative, but I'll say it's up to Carrick and his management to make some adjustments. I think they just need to be a little bit more proactive because every game, every team you play in the Premier League, they're not the same. They come up, they set up against you differently. You have to be brave. You have to be proactive in adjusting your lineup. He's been using the same lineup in Rennes, and he's been having the approach of he wants these players to be free, to be able to express themselves, a system that's flexible enough to allow them to win the game on their own. But when you come down against low block, you can't just count on your individual players to win you a game. You still have to have a certain level of moving the ball fast, a certain level of chemistry among the players in order to win the game. Today was not our day, so I'll just put it on the house. I mean, we didn't lose a game of football, so we drew it. But Carrick need to be more proactive. What I mean by proactive, he have to look at the games as in isolation. In a game like today where we will move our lineup,
Luani, just hold it there. Luani, just hold it there.
Yeah.
Luani, just hold it there. This is from Carrick. I love West Ham to stay up. Big part of my life. Great memories here. So hopefully, so does that mean that you gave them that fucking game? Who the fuck are you, you fucking prick?
Is that Amram?
I'm fucking Manchester United, you
Is that Amram?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Is that
What
what
the fuck are you talking about here?
That's embarrassing, man. How?
What the
Oh,
what
No,
the
he-
fuck
he-
are you
he's,
talking
he's an
about
academy
here?
player there. He got everybody left. He stayed. They got relegated. Him and
All right,
only
let me-
two players. They
let-
brought him back up.
Look,
He was asked the
look,
question.
carry on,
Look, guys,
carry
look.
on.
If we're gonna, it's too much of a knee-jerk reaction from everybody.
we didn't even
not, bro,
lose the
it's
game.
not.
We didn't even
It's
lose
not-
the game.
it's
That's the
not.
weird
I
part.
mean,
No.
look. You have played a game where you thought it would be very difficult. The players haven't played up to their usual standard. It's some issues with the performance. The key here is, how do you go to the next game? You are going to lose some games.
That's it.
You might not have a great
That's it.
performance every game. If this is how you're going to react and just throw Ahmad under the bus and say Carrick's a pile of shit and this guy's no good, I mean, what kind of glory fans is this? This is ridiculous. You've had
The funny
you've
part,
got
Boomaye,
50, you've got man.
Boomaye,
you've
the
just
funny
played
part is that we
four-
didn't even
four-
lose the game.
We didn't even
We
lose the
didn't
game.
lose the game.
Well,
We
you played
just-
four
if any-
games.
Man.
You
Yeah.
played four
If
games.
anybody
You're not
say
even
give us
against
4 wins in a
City.
row and a draw, that's okay. It's a draw at West Ham.
bro.
We still
You've
in the
got
hunt for top four. He just
Luani.
I know he will make his adjustment.
Yeah, man.
I know he will make his adjustment. Look, he just have to be a little proactive. West Ham is stuck in the middle of the pitch, and you have you're going to move your defense up. You don't have to play a Harry Maguire, but it take to be brave to make a decision like that. You see, Lenny Euro, for example, today when we move everybody, we commit a few more men up the pitch, and we left him there by himself or by two of them. He literally prevent that game from being a 2-0 or 3-0. So,
Bro, let me
I-
ask you. If we move this debate on, just let's go to the
Yep.
next phase of the debate.
Yeah.
What has Michael Carrick not done that he could have done? That's the
But,
question.
what
What's
ha-
he not done that he could have done?
Let me come in there, Ben.
Right,
Michael
go ahead, bro.
Carrick is talking about fucking West Ham. He
That's
wants-
that
embarrassing.
aside,
That's an Amber. That's an Amber red
what
flag
the
there.
fuck is he talking
That's an
about?
Amber
Who the
red
fuck
flag,
are you
man.
managing? This
Do you know
is
he was asked about
embarrassing.
West Ham,
This
bro?
is
It's his whole
stackable. I
club.
don't give a fuck, mate. I don't give a
No,
fuck.
come on. All right, look,
Bumbaye,
what-
need to move. Bumbaye, just move, please. Let me just get this off my chest. I don't give a fuck what they've done for you. I don't give a fuck if your dad's managing fucking West Ham or your mum's managing West Ham. You don't fucking say this. You are the fucking coach of Manchester United. So shut the fuck up about your fucking memories in life. How did you see that? Tonight, Carrick got found out. Basic tactics. And I called it last night. I called it every which way. I called it, and I fucking said what needed to be said.
You did.
This is bullshit. I love West Ham to stay up. Big part of my life. Get the fuck out of here, you and your fucking life.
Hang on,
prick.
Nuruddin.
Go
Hang on.
manage
Listen.
them then.
I
Listen,
hope,
listen.
Irfan, you're going to bring some calm reason
I
to this.
am. Listen, wait a second.
Oh my
You know,
God.
Nuruddin was going to get angry. Nuruddin said this. We all got it wrong. He got it right. I got it wrong. I said 3-1. Right? He got it right. That's why he's fuming, because he did say when they play low block, you have to put a striker in, like a Sesko, to occupy the centre-backs and use the width. And honestly, right, I mean, I was watching it thinking, at half-time, shit, he's right. They're going to score. And I was thinking, I said to myself, he's going to be crazy angry tonight. And I just switched on, and that's what I saw. I saw Nuruddin, the Nuruddin volcano arrive today, okay? Right, so understand, this is how badly he wants United to win. And when he sees imbecilic, what he called tactics or lack of nous to open up a low block, this is what you send him over the edge. You send Nuruddin over the edge. So I understand it. He called it right. He did call it right, okay? But me watching the game, I mean, Bombay, like I said, there are so many things to look at that I can agree with Nuruddin and be angry. But there's also many things I can look at and say, there's many things I could say. 3 days after the last game, we didn't show fitness and desire to kind of to get past them. We didn't stretch them at all. We were playing what are called practice match speed. Okay, that's what I saw. Okay, which was playing into their hands. Like I said, we were playing it through the middle, playing into their hands. Nuruddin, like I said, he called it right. It's absolutely spot on. He called it right. I can't say anything, right? But that much as I could get angry, and I'm never going to get angry like Nuruddin because I'm not as passionate as him. But I will say, brother, calm down. We don't want you to have a heart attack, please. You were right. I understand when you're right about shit and no one listens to you, you can go crazy. I completely commiserate. I get that, right? But Nuruddin, we have to understand that this guy is only an interim. We could never think this guy is some sophisticated coach yet. Much as you may have think that some of the fan base thought that, he's not, because none of his coaching stuff even said, like I said, you said, get a striker in, occupy the centre halves, play it wide, create some stretch them before, stretch them, and then you got a chance in the second half to do something. But when I watched that first half and I thought, fuck, these guys think they're playing a practice match. They're playing right into Nuno's hands. But let me tell you, let me just go through the goal, okay? You blame Luke Shaw. Okay, Luke Shaw should have headed that ball. He should have never let it bounce against Bowen, okay? But what the fuck was Licher doing, not running to Bowen to stop the
Kobe Mino as well.
You can blame Kobe Mino. No, I don't blame Kobe Mino. I blame Martinez for not running to Bowen. Watch him. It's the same retarded mistake he made when they scored the
no
goal.
communication.
Scored the goal. He's holding the play, not watching the ball. What the fuck are you doing? You run to the guy. You run to Bowen and block the cross coming in. It was a flipping joke goal to give away. And that's when I knew, oh my God, we got out of jail today. We got out of jail today, right? But Nuruddin, we revealed.
We scored a fluke goal from nowhere.
I said
the goalkeeper.
We did it. But Nuruddin, but listen, it was very revealing to where we are. It revealed the manager and it revealed the squad. But like
anybody who thinks Carrick is the guy tonight, he got found out in every which way. And after the game, he's telling me about he wants West Ham to stay up.
No, but Nuruddin, come on, stop it, Nuruddin, stop it.
Fuck out of here, man.
No, come on, Nuruddin. I understand. Listen, how can you
why are you telling me about West Ham?
No,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Nuruddin, it's his childhood club.
Hold
on a minute.
Hold on. Go back to his childhood then. Go back to your childhood club.
Hold on.
Get the fuck out of my face.
Hold on. Listen. Hold on. If you look at that comment in isolation, I agree with you.
No, I'm not looking at it. Evan, he's my Manchester United coach. He's the Manchester United coach. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear anything about West Ham. I don't want to hear anything when he put a cracker shit out tactics.
No, but Nuruddin,
what is he doing?
But you're triggered by that because of the pathetic performance. That's why you take it. Tomorrow you'll be
can you tell us, bro, please,
what
we could have done today?
We didn't. Hang
on, let me finish off my post. No, you're angry, Nuruddin. I get it. Look, you're angry. Look, like I said, the substitute Sesko should have come on at halftime. And this is where I think Mbeumo had a terrible game. I think Cunha had a bad game. Bruno
we need to ask the question. Was it the bullshit tactics? Was it the positions he put them in and the bullshit tactics, or was it the players? That's the question we need to ask.
No, Nuruddin. It was a bit of both, to tell you the truth. It was me. It was Actually, a bit of both. It was bullshit
Break
tactics.
it down, Irfan.
And-
What
yeah.
Carrick did wrong, please?
So because we were trying to play through the middle against a low block against a
As
very
well.
physical team who
Okay.
basically who will get behind. They'll put 10 behind the ball all game and then hope for a little counter attack and score. And that's exactly what he did. Nuruddin said this. He said exactly this yesterday. I won't lie. He said exactly this. That's what he said. So look, he's right. But at the end of the day, I thought someone in the backroom staff, so like a Steele, would understand this. Like you got to change this up. When I was watching the first, I was screaming at the players because it was just too slow. It was just predictable and slow. We're not going to stretch them. They're a physical team. So I didn't understand it. Right. But like I said, we can't let them score sloppy. That was a terrible goal to score. Terrible goal to give away. Terrible, honestly. And then, like I said, Nuruddin was right again. He said, this first goal, I always laugh at him saying, Nuruddin, you say this every time. The first goal is so important. But you're right again. The first goal was so important.
More than any other team. More than any other team.
Yeah.
Because I know Nuno Espirito Santos.
Yeah,
I know his tactics.
You do.
I knew from Wolves. I knew what he did with Nottingham Forest. I know what he does.
He's the low block master.
He's the guy you don't do that against. You need to score first. Then you force him to change his tactics. To change it to go more attacking. Then we have more space.
Yeah, no, listen, Nuruddin, spot on. I can't say something. This is why he's the expert football watcher. We're not. He's the expert. That's why. Look, we have to be calm about it.
Nuruddin, when you say you need to score first and force him to change the tactic, right? He's already in a low block. Right. So how are you going to score first? You have to earn the right to score.
But if you play,
you have to use
Do you know how you score?
So easy.
You go out wide. You don't
go wide
in the middle for 45 minutes and keep it.
Every time we went out wide today, and that ball got crossing, they were heading right back. I was watching the same game. Look,
hang on a second. Yeah. Hang on.
We're not using our. We're not.
One second, Ben. You asked me a question. You know how you do it? I'm gonna have to go and draw it up for you, right? This is a back 4-4. So I'd say they were playing 4-1-1-1 that they played. 4-1-1. That's what they played, right?
Yeah.
They're all back in their area. Everything's through the middle. You know what you do? You try to go to the middle, then switch it. You know how much we slowed the game down in that first half? Do you know how hard the ball was moving in that first half? What? I'm gonna need to calm down.
I said it last time. One second. On the ball.
Hang on, Luwani. Hang on.
One second. I need to calm down. I'll explain.
Yeah, you do. Calm down, Nuruddin. Come on, calm down.
When you got two backs of four sitting in like that, coming in centrally, blocking the central areas, what you do, you get your best players onto the ball. You go down one side because of the strict narrowness, that they have. They're going to come shift to that side. So, for example, if we went down the left like we did many times with Luke Shaw and Brian in Burma in that first half, Ahmad and Diego Dalot are free in waves of space. Nobody picked their head up to switch the fucking play quick enough. Nobody thought, okay, you know, sometimes you don't need a diagonal to switch the game. You know what you need? You need 3 passes. Ben has played football. Most of you on this fucking channel have played football. You understand. You move the ball quickly. One touch, then hit the player out wide. Then you run into you flood the box, you overload on the back post, you whip the balls in. That's how you do a low block. It is so, I'm not saying it's the easiest, but you make the way you do a low block, it's not get Martinez on the ball like this.
I saw those corners coming in today. I saw those corners. You see the way you are describing it. They did it today.
Let me finish.
Hang on, Luwani.
The more you slow the game down, the more they're checking the distances. The more the players, the low blocks are checking the distance.
Absolutely. Spot on.
So the more you slow the ball down, the more you are on the ball, and one player's got the ball, the more they're touching the distance.
And Nuruddin.
Listen, the more they have look over the shoulder, the more they think what's behind me, the more they think what's in front of me, the more they're communicating. So against a low block, you need to move the ball fast and hard, and switch play. keep switching the play. The more times you go left to right or right to left, the more space you will create. It ain't that fucking difficult. You can
So
do
easy.
it. But his tactics tonight, zero clue. Zero clue. And I'm going to mute and I'm not going to talk. Sean, I want to hear what you thought.
Yeah, big up, guys. Just give me 1 second, real quick.
Go on, Luani.
Yeah.
No,
Hang on. He's ready. Sean's ready now. Hang on, Luani. Sean's ready. Okay.
No, I think for me, I'll just say, I share the frustration that I think many United fans feel right now. But from my perspective, the club is just in a vastly different place than we were a couple of months ago. So I don't appreciate like what I see as extreme reactions, basically, to this draw today. I think it's all right to be disappointed in the way the game played out. But I think we had a decent game against a tough Premier League team that is trying their best to get out of a relegation fight. So it was bound to be difficult. I also just generally don't appreciate like the kind of armchair analysis or coaching that I'm getting or that I'm hearing generally across the board. If it's that easy to be a manager, then everybody would do it, right? So if you're pointing out the obvious, that they needed to go wide or do this or do that or whatever, I don't think you're saying anything new or novel. In the preview for this game, what I thought Carrick should have done is that I felt like he should have freshened up.
You gotta give it to him. Shit.
I thought Carrick should have freshened up.
I'm not gonna bite. He's trying to bait me.
I'm not baiting you. I don't want to.
Because you're trying shit. You're insulting my intelligence, but carry on.
No, his view is his view. His view is his view. You know how.
Yeah, I mean, and I would like us to whatever extent possible to have a conversation, right? Which means somebody says something, you digest, process the information, and you offer your own counter agreement, feedback, or whatever, as opposed to having a screaming match. So I mean what I say when I say that there's a lot of armchair analysis that goes on. I do it as well. It is our prerogative as fans, but we have to be conscious of what it is that we're doing. So when you talk about like ideas about how to play football, I don't think you're saying anything new or anything that Carrick and Co would have talked about. My opinion of where Carrick went wrong today is that I felt like he should have freshened up the squad. I feel like the team today looked a bit leggy in the play, and that was what caused how slow we were on the ball in the first half.
I agree there. I agree.
So that's a mistake that I think Carrick made. And as far as I'm concerned, this game today doesn't disprove or prove anything. I think if you're waiting for this result today to point and be like, aha, you see, Carrick was never the guy. To me, that's just a lazy kind of analysis. I think West Ham put on a masterclass in defending today, in a defensive performance, and we got the equalizing goal. So our unbeaten run continues. But I think to wrap up my own commentary, I think the mistake that Carrick made was he should have come with a fresher squad today instead of just repeating the same starting 11. And I think that lack of freshness, the legginess that the players had, cost us today. I think Mbeumo, Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo, Luke Shaw, Maguire ended up having to leave because of an injury, or some kind of like injury that he had. So I think all in all, I think it was a well-deserved point. I don't think we were lucky to get that point. I think it was a well-deserved point against a tough, like I said, just to remind everybody, a tough team that is trying to get out of the relegation zone. That defended.
That yesterday. It's interesting to talk about armchair analysis. You weren't telling me that shit yesterday. You were waffling, telling me it's an easy game. We're gonna go and win, and we're winning.
No, I didn't say.
I've heard enough.
No, wait. Now hold on, Nuruddin. No, wait, Nuruddin. Just to be clear. Just to be clear, Nuruddin.
That's what I was tonight.
No, wait. Just to be clear.
You look like you wanted West Ham to win.
No,
I appreciate that this is generally like a therapy session for United fans, right? But I'm here of my own volition, right? Just like everyone else. So if we're having a conversation, right, there's only so much of your peculiarities, right, that I'm willing to take.
You made a point. So got to the point. What are
No,
we
no, no,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah. So yesterday I felt like we were going to win the game. I predicted the win for us, but I also said Carrick should go with the fresh squad. That's, I think, the biggest weakness. I don't think this proves anything about Carrick or disproves anything. That's my opinion, right, of the game. I don't think it was simply a matter of going wide versus going inside because we did try to go wide, but you know what happened when we went wide? All our
No, we
crosses were
didn't.
shit.
I disagree. We didn't go wide at all.
Disagree.
We
Disagree.
didn't go wide.
No,
No, we did.
what I
We did.
saw,
We didn't
what I
go
saw,
wide. Sean, we didn't
what
go
I
wide.
saw,
You don't know what you're
what
watching.
I
We
saw
didn't go
from the
wide.
game,
We didn't go wide. How many crosses? Tell me how many crosses in the game. Tell me how many crosses. Tell me how many crosses. Tell me. Tell me how many crosses you saw.
That's a shit take, man.
Come on, how
total
many crosses
crosses.
did you
No,
see?
I'll tell you. I'm looking at the stats right now. Total crosses 23. But you know the
Yeah,
problem. You know
we
what our
didn't go
percentage
wide.
you know what our percentage completion was. 30%. We completed 30% of those crosses, but we had double the amount of crosses that West Ham did. And I'm looking at the data right in front of me, right? So I think this is what I mean when I talk about like motivated reasoning, right? As fans, we're frustrated, we're upset, right? But sometimes it helps to, one, calm down and think with a bigger picture in mind, and also look at the data. So I'm telling you that we crossed a lot today. We crossed 23 times today. But the issue, as far as I saw it, was that our crosses were shit. And that reflects in the data
Yeah.
because we had
Yeah.
a 30%
Agree with that.
success rate
Yeah.
for those crosses.
Honestly, man, bro, we
You
should
know
change.
what
We
I'm
should
hearing
literally,
is
we should literally change this fucking match reaction to troll reaction. Honestly, bro, because I think half of you are fucking trolling, man, tonight. The fact that we're saying that no system can break down a low block, man. Honestly, that's the biggest waffle I've ever heard, man.
Are you hearing voices, Ben? Who said no system can break down the low
no,
block? Who
it's
said
not.
that
It's
here?
not. It's
Brother,
not a hard.
brother,
No system can break down a
No,
low
but
block.
who said
it's
that?
so
Are we
simple.
talking about something
It's
in the
so
chat
simple.
or?
Look,
It's
I'm the one who's saying that. You know why? Because I watched Arsenal low block City last year, and City was trying to play around and they couldn't because they were going left to right, right to left. They couldn't break it.
because
It
they're not
worked for a reason. People apply it in the Premier League for a reason. If you notice, the only thing that helped in breaking down a low block is the quality of the players. The quality of the players and how fast you're moving the ball. That's what on the last stream I was saying, look, I noticed a pattern. I'm not saying Carrick cannot make adjustment. Carrick can make adjustment. It's normal. He didn't even lose the game today. So he have a chance to make adjustment. But what I'm noticing in the 3-game pattern from Fulham to the game we played today is that, number one, our press is not good. Fulham was playing through our press. Tottenham played to our press for the first 25 minutes. And today, at the beginning of the game, West Ham was also playing to our press. We can criticize Luke Shaw about the goal. Where is Lisandro? But it's a well-constructed goal. When people play to your press and move the ball to the wing for a reason, they cross it in. It works. And that's why there is a pattern established for it. Now, when you look at the game today, we were crossing the ball, but Nuno, you cannot tell me that a team that is low blocking, for two bank of 4 in front of you, and they're not prepared to deal with crosses that coming.
I also don't even understand. Did we start watching football?
What you gotta do. Let me just come in, Sean. There. What you gotta do, right? See, when you're breaking down low blocks, my coach always says, "Go through half our fucking teams." I know obviously I can't really say much because my league's fucking shite, like compared to pro level, like that's fucking shite. But my coach always says to me, the way to play low blocks is not use your fucking ability on the fucking ball. It's using your fucking brain to drift the centre backs, to drift the defenders out, to create gaps in the middle, to create gaps. And whenever we're trying to play it through the width, yes, 100%. That's like the middle, like last step. But see, when we're out wide, most of our crosses today, I didn't see enough crosses today, but most of the crosses that we've had today, I didn't see more than 2 fucking people in that box today. I didn't see 2. And do you know what's crazy? What I would have done is bring the centre backs in Dalot, Martinez, and Maguire up. Bring it to a high line. Yes, who cares if Maguire can't fucking play high line? Bring it. Go higher in the pitch. Allow Casemiro and Mainu to get in that fucking box with Mbeumo and Bruno. Obviously, I think it was Mbeumo and Bruno who were the strikers, and then Ahmad out wide, and then who was the left mid? Cunha or Shaw with the obviously whip the ball into the box. That's how you play.
But wait,
You play a
Ben.
low block.
But Ben, I agree with you. But Ben, I agree with you. In theory, no, right? In theory, right? There is a way to.
Hang
In theory,
on, Sean. Hang on, Sean.
let me just say this real quick,
Let me
Irfan.
finish.
Let's have the conversation, Ben. I want to push back a bit.
It's so easy. It's the easiest
Hang on,
thing
let
to
him
break.
finish. Let him finish. Go on, Ben.
It's when you're talking about a mid block or a high press team or whatever, bro. Low blocks are the easiest fucking teams to break down, bro. The mid blocks are actually harder than low blocks. We actually.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
If they are,
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
We can't
I mean,
the reason why we
okay,
can't
Ben.
the reason why we can't break down low blocks is because tactics, and we don't use our fucking brain.
Okay,
We don't
Ben.
use our
Okay,
fucking
Ben.
brain.
Let me ask you a question, right? And let me push back a bit on the point that you're making. So low block is the easiest thing to play against. Is this the first game today that you've seen a team play a low block? Whether it's West Ham or Man United, is this the first game in your life you've ever seen? You've been watching football for a while. Is this the first low block you've ever seen?
I've
No,
seen
but it's the
against
first one. It's the first one with Carrick, though. First proper one with
Just
Carrick.
over Carrick.
No, so the argument that low blocks are easy to break down. That's so not true as to be ridiculous, right? As in, what's the point of being a good defender? There are many teams that celebrated holding on to a result because they held a low block. Jose Mourinho made his name by putting on defensive masterclasses. It is a thing in football.
Where is he now? And where is
Oh my God.
Where is he now? Where is he now?
Low block
Hang on,
blocks
Nurdi.
ended the career of Oli.
Hang on.
Low
Let me
blocks
come in
ended
now.
the career of
One
Oli.
second. Let me just get these super chats. This is the problem with using individual matches to build a larger, overreaching narratives.
Overarching.
You won't know until the end of the season. Yeah, you might say that. By the way, I'm not going on about Carrick, in his tactics. The way he is, his in-game management is fucking woeful. He doesn't have a fucking clue.
I agree.
He managed like a championship manager, and that's what I saw. I don't need 10 games. I told everybody and their fucking nan and auntie about Ten Hag 7 months into the season, in his first season. I said after that fucking League Cup final, we thought we won the World Cup, and everything went to shit. The football, his tactics were shit. And then next season, he scammed the basketball, a vacation of football, when he should have been sacked when he got knocked out the Champions League. Michael Carrick's not the guy. I needed to see him, what he would do against a low block. Tonight, if Manchester United did that same, he made changes. He tried different ways of trying to trouble the low block, getting a centre forward to occupy the two centre halves, trying to go wide and switch the play quickly, move the ball. The number one tactic you do against a low block is shift the ball quickly and spread the width. Yeah. Yes, Sean, he has worked in football before, but you know what? Not with not many managers. It might work on the off one game off and a 1 game off final, but don't tell me about Jose Mourinho because he came to Manchester United. Did that shit.
I'm not saying.
Let me just get this set of super chat, then you can come in. Bombaye, he's got work tomorrow. I want to go. You finish, Sean. I want to hear from Bombaye.
I'm not saying.
Growing up, Nuruddin. At the end of the day, At the end of the day, it's just a game. Yeah, your health is more than this. Listen, I don't give a fuck what you think.
They're thinking of
I don't need to grow up. I'm a fucking grown man. I'm telling you, frauds, you fucking twerkers, Carrick fucking Ineos twerkers. I told you lot before. I will see with my own eyes what Carrick is, and what Steve Holland is, and what Woodgate is, and what fucking what's the other guy? What's the other guy who used to play? The other guy who played.
He didn't even lose the
6
game.
months ago. I don't care. It's the way we play. Do you think United deserved anything out of that game?
No,
what
no shot.
I did.
One fluky shot.
I did.
And we only created. The only other opportunity we created was the Casemiro in 97 minutes of football. What are we doing? And you know what? If you want to know how you break down West Ham low fucking blocks, go and watch the Chelsea game 3 games ago. Chelsea, they were 2-0 up, second half, from the about 40-something minutes in that game, or 35-something minutes in that game, they went to low block. Chelsea fucking could have scored 4.
We never even tested the keeper. We never even tested the keeper.
Let me tell you something about West Ham.
Let
me tell you something. Let me tell you something about West Ham,
What are we
right?
doing here?
The
Chelsea
only
did
way,
it to
the
them.
only reason
Chelsea
we
did
look
it to
like
them.
we look
Clap
like.
them up. Could have
They-
scored 5. And you know how Chelsea
Let-
did it? Chelsea scored
I'll
from
be,
crosses.
I'll be.
Crosses. Going out
Guys.
wide. Right,
It was
on the
out.
ball.
Nuruddin, they were at home as
Shifting
well,
it
though.
from one right
They were at
to
home as well. They were at home.
Kukureya.
No, I mean,
Kukureya
what's
scored the first
what
goal
does
to get
what
it
does
back in
context
it.
even mean anymore?
He's a fucking left back. He's a
Let me,
left back. So get the fuck out of here with that talk.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about West Ham. Okay, they had us where they wanted us. They essentially bottled it today. They gave us so much of the ball, and we couldn't do much with it. But that have nothing to do with the ability of
They
breaking
did
low
that
blocks.
against
It
Chelsea
worked for a
from
reason.
35
Everybody
minutes on,
played-
Luani. They did it against Chelsea
Yeah, but-
from 35 minutes
Football-
on.
This is
football
this is
game.
such poor analysis.
What?
No,
Like-
it's not. We just don't. You do.
What are we doing? And Chelsea kept crossing the ball.
So we didn't even test the keeper. Didn't even
This
test the
is-
keeper.
You know who crossed
This is
it?
such poor
One of the
analysis.
fullbacks
We
crossed
didn't-
it,
it's
and
not
the
poor
other fullback
analysis.
scored.
It's
What are we
okay. It's
talking
worse than
about?
poor, Ben.
Not
It's terrible
poor.
analysis. Like it's 0 over 10. Right? The quality
You're
of
bringing dead
Sean,
players.
I mean-
You're bringing dead
You're
players.
chatting shit,
Bringing dead
Sean.
players,
You're
man.
chatting shit. I just give you a game. You telling me how do you break low blockdown? Chelsea did it. They
No.
gave them 2-0 head start.
yeah. That's why I'm
2-0
saying
head
that's
start.
why I'm saying
Get
it's
the
poor.
fuck out of
That's
here,
why I'm
man.
saying it's poor
What are you
analysis,
waffling
right?
about?
Because
And they bumped
you're
them from one point to another point.
you're under the
Chelsea
mistaken impression
chance after
that
chance after
screaming
chance.
on top of your lungs
No,
means
you're
that you're making a
waffling.
good point.
You're waffling. You're waffling. You're not letting me finish my point. You said to me, how do you break a low block down? You accused Ben of being don't know what he's talking about. Chelsea did it 4 games
Chelsea
ago.
did it. Yeah.
5 games
Okay,
ago, Chelsea did
okay,
it.
okay. If
That's what
at some point, if at some point you're willing to stop, then I'll offer my thoughts on that. Okay. I think the Chelsea game was a different game from the United game. Chelsea were at home. They ended up down 2-0. The momentum was with them in the second half, and so they came back from behind and won 3-2. That is not an example of how to break down a low block. Low block
West
is
Ham
a
in a low block. Did West Ham go to a low block after they went 2-0 up? Yes or no, Sean? What is the tactics of West Ham after they went 2-0 up?
I don't.
Oh,
Okay,
I thought
so by your logic,
I
no,
thought
no,
so.
but
I thought so. Carry on.
Okay.
And I'll give it to Bombay.
oh, okay. I'm glad I get a chance to say something on interrupted.
Hey, Sean, you've
Um,
had more than a chance. Come on, chill out, bro. You've had a
No,
lot of
yeah,
chances.
no. I'm matching the spice, Irfan. I appreciate the mediator role that you're playing now, right?
I'm
But
trying
we're
to have
all
some civility here. Come on.
yeah, no, it's fair.
Yeah.
By the poor logic.
Who was that?
Enemy wants entertainment.
That's
They're getting it tonight. What did it take? You're definitely getting it.
Sean, something wrong with your... Sean, go back out and come back in because something wrong with your thing and everybody can hear it. You can't hear it.
It's a
You can't hear it, Sean.
malfunction.
Come back in.
It's a malfunction, Nuruddin. It's a malfunction.
Sean, go back out and come back in. You're malfunctioning. You make your
It's all right. It's gone. Forget it now. Come on. Mumbai, come back in now. Come on. Mumbai, come back in. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
For me, there was a lot. It was a bit of a balancing act today. I felt that the quality at the start of the show, I said, was really poor from us. It's not easy to break down a low block. It's always hard. I mean, Wolves nearly kept Arsenal out completely. You know, they nullified them if you watch that game, but they got a really lucky goal. So many teams, great teams, like even the great Barcelona, have been kept out with a low block. It's not easy to break down, man. It's not. I think today, for me, when I'm asking myself the question as a manager, I was watching the game, like, what can we do to actually get a little bit more joy and open this team up? I didn't really have any answers. What I did notice in the game was the first half, I didn't really mind it. I felt that depending on how the game goes, Sesko was always in my mind, but I didn't want to bring him on at halftime because of the amount of work Mbeumo was doing getting back. Because when they were breaking with Somerville and Bowen, which happened in the first half at times, because that was really what they were trying to do. Martinez and Maguire were almost playing in their half. Our wide players were in their half. But there's no space really. So what they would do is they would press They chose their moments. If they get the ball, then we're going to have a bit of an issue. You know, we saw our guys running back often, and Brian first half was the furthest player back at one point on the left-hand side. Did some good work there. So I felt that danger always existed in the game. If I bring Sesko on, to get on the end of some crosses. I also thought about maybe Xerxes as well instead of Sesko to be able to also play a bit quick, because that was, I felt, what we struggled with today. And if I bring Sesko on, okay, we do have somebody to cross the ball into, but when they break, Brian's work rate is effectively gone now. That was what I mean by a balancing act. I felt there was quite a few really good runs being made in behind from Ahmad and Cunha. We never found them once in that first half. Their movement, especially Cunha's, was very good, but I didn't see much of the ball, the guys. And that movement's important in a game like that. Second thing I felt was the quality of the passing was not only scratchy. There was quite a few opportunities to take a pass, to make a pass that had an element of risk, bro, but we never once took it. And Luke Shaw was the most guilty of that today. I felt that Brian and Buemo had a really good opportunity to put Ahmad straight in. I think Ahmad had a really good chance to just put Dalot straight in. Like, so much space on the right-hand side. He didn't take it. Kobe Mainu, the same. It was very, very safe today. And I felt that the players were a little bit inhibited. Why? I don't know, but we are better than what we showed in terms of the quality in the crosses. I'm with Sean on the crosses, because every single ball apart from 2 of the 23 crosses was absolutely useless.
They were terrible crosses.
Were useless.
Yep.
So it's not like we don't know what we want to do. You have to execute. You had 23 crosses. There were 2 good ones. One was Kobe Mainu for the goal.
Mumbai, how many of those crosses
were
there?
What you mean a cross is now a terrible crosses, right?
Sorry?
How many of the crosses happened when Sesko was on?
I'm not sure how many of the crosses happened when Sesko was on. We can check. But the point is, we understood that we need to cross the ball. It wasn't all just go through the middle. I think through the middle, bro, you can't just cross the ball when you've got 8 guys in the box.
You can't, no.
You have to also get in and amongst them. There has to be a mixture of through the middle, shift out wide, then get a ball in. But every ball that came in didn't beat the first man. Went right over the whole 18-yard box. They were so poor. There was only 2 crosses that you could say were good out of 23. So this is why I'm looking and thinking, boys, today it's not really the manager.
What do you qualify as shit crosses compared to good crosses? Is it the good crosses are the one that necessarily find our men, and the shit crosses are the one that do not find our men? Because that's part of the game plan of Nuno. He had the size from their left back to Suchek to Mavropanos. He had the defenders. The whole point of playing the whole point of playing a low block, not a back 5, a back 4 low block, is to force us on the wing so we can cross the ball. So we played their game. Every time that ball come in, because it's a zonal defending, right?
No,
so
my
response.
That ball
come in, they will attack it.
What I'm trying to enlighten here is what you're saying is not untrue. But you want to put balls into the box. It doesn't mean you don't put balls into the box. But the accusation is, why are you only going through the middle and not going wide? No, we actually tried through the middle and we went wide. Do you understand what I mean? A good cross, bro, is where
Can I just say this to Mumbai? Can I just say this? You don't have to put a cross in every time you go wide, by the way. You can play combination play.
We didn't overlapping.
You can play combination play.
I know you can. If you want. What happened today is
and then cut back and cut the ball back into central areas. You don't need to cross it all the time. I'm saying to you, the first half, let me finish. The first half, it didn't make sense to cross it because they're not going to out-jump. Cunha and Mbemo are not going to be able to out-jump nobody. And actually, as Ben said before, they weren't even in the fucking box. So what's the point of crossing it? No, what we said is bring Sesko on, right? We said bring fucking Sesko on, occupy, have combination play. I said it at the beginning. I said play one, have the fullback and the winger trying to isolate Doof or who's on the other side for them. Who's the defender?
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka. So you can isolate. There was multiple times.
So look,
there was one time. Let me finish. One time Ahmad had the ball. United are breaking on them. We got through. Ahmad's got the ball. Diego Dalot makes the run. Ahmad checks out and gives it to fucking Bruno.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So
Like,
what
play
I've
it
got,
and then make the fucking run in the
That was the
States.
worst moment on
What
the
are we
Gentlemen,
doing here?
gentlemen,
He thinks
hang
that
on
Luke
a
Shaw
sec.
did exactly the same. Like
let me
Luhani
continue.
said, Luke Shaw was passing it back.
Let me continue.
You
Today,
don't have to cross it all the time. You can
We
combine
didn't.
out wide and then
look,
set up a
I'm
chance.
just trying to.
Hang on, Bombay.
I'm just.
Hang on before you come in, Bombay. The point is, though, what all these points have been made, we weren't brave enough, especially
Yeah.
in the way
Look,
we were not brave at all today.
In summary,
Yeah.
when I look at the game, I felt that we as a team today, it wasn't the tactics. You can make a case for Sesko on, but I was always wary of replacing Brian and Buemo for Sesko because I still feared the West Ham threat. And Brian was doing a lot of good defensive work. Even for the goal, he's there, but he doesn't get out. And it's lacking a bit of purpose. He's there, just go that extra yard, man. Get a foot in, maybe you stop the cross. If you bring Sesko on, yes, you do have somebody to hit, but although the crosses were quite poor, but now you're going to have a player down that's putting in a lot of good work. That's the balancing act that I felt.
No, you got a focal point, and he didn't change it. That's what I'm saying to you. Carrick is basic. Sean, can you hear us? Is your microphone sorted? Hello?
He's on a phone call, I think.
All right,
So,
go
bro,
ahead.
I think today for me, the players take the lion's share. Unless Michael should change tactics or strategy, because we did try it all. The crosses weren't good. We tried through the middle.
Tamu. Thank you, Motu. Thank you.
And man, the players today, there was no courage, man. There was no risk today. It was very safe.
No, you know what? You know, Bombay, it makes sense after his comment. He fucking threw the game with that shit tactics. Because if it's any other prick that come out
Look. There was some decent one-touch football there, especially in the middle of the park, man. But see when it came, like there was one chance there. Yes, I know. But see when like there was one instance where Ahmad was through, and Diego Dalot was making a run towards the wide, and I said this, Ahmad, I swear to God, if you shoot at that ridiculous angle, I know you're not using your fucking brain right. What does he do? He shoots, and it's literally hits side net. But see if that was City, see if that was Arsenal, see if that was Liverpool, they would have just drifted it back and played the simple pass and allowed the team to push up more. Bro, we don't use our fucking heads enough. We really don't, man. And see, like when it comes to fucking like the crosses and stuff, like Sean said, we had 23 crosses. How many of those 23 crosses, forget if they're shit, forget if they're good crosses, how many of those 23 crosses did we have in the box? Because there's no way, if you're about to cross the ball and you see two players in the box who are literally like probably 5'11", 5'10", 5'9", whatever they are, there's no fucking point. You're up against Souček. You're up against who's their thing? Disasi. You're up against fucking monsters. Monsters. Why?
That was the game plan. Can we accept the ability of both managers, right? Can we accept the ability of both managers to affect the game from the side?
Carrick set us up
because today Nuno lost the game. For he actually lost a 3 point for West Ham, and Carrick actually rescued a point for us because Carrick's change, whether we want it or not, they made the difference. And Nuno's change, I believe, he had us where he wanted us. They were breaking on us because he took out Somerville and he took out the Argentine striker. He brought in Callum Wilson. They lost the pace that they have, the pace and the quality that they have up front. They could have, if he kept
no.
different conversation.
Let's look at.
I think, gentlemen, the players on both teams had their shortcomings today. It's not so much the managers, because a lot of the points that you're all making are associated with quality of player performance. Balls not going into the box good.
I'm not blaming the players.
Players not attacking. And I think Sesko,
on the coaches. I'm not blaming the players.
Nuruddin, if Sesko comes on at half time, I don't think you've really got much left to criticize. And Nuno brings on Callum Wilson. If he squares the ball, Luhani, they're scoring. Traore is a good substitution. Lenny Yoro does two fantastic jobs of nullifying him. So sometimes, guys, it's the players. It just doesn't go your way. Ahmad makes a bad decision. So for me, I looked today, I felt it wasn't what could I have actually done differently? You're trying to go through the middle, which is not wrong.
Bumbaya, can I
Because,
ask you a question?
and you're going out
Can I ask you
wide.
one question? Bumbaya, I want to ask you one question.
Sure.
Do you think Manchester United moved the ball quick enough in the first half? Yes or no?
No.
Right.
I
So
didn't,
what
I
the
didn't
fuck
think
are we talking
Manchester.
about then?
The players.
So you halftime talk is Bumbaya, halftime talk is Cunha or Mbeumo, they will just get the fuck off, put a guy up the pitch, yeah, who's central to
Listen,
occupy the two, and you know what you do? Move the ball quickly. You say to fucking Martinez, yeah, he's one of my favorite Manchester United players.
Dean.
But in the past
No,
games, he's
If-
standing on the ball and doing this on the fucking ball. You're not finding a through ball every fucking time. Move the fucking ball.
Listen,
Move it.
Yeah, the players and everything.
Yo,
Yeah, but
guys,
listen, the players can do it, but today they didn't play. And Carrick is right in saying we were not at our best today. We've seen
Listen,
United
guys.
play really fast in previous games, but today
No, we haven't.
with
The
that low
last,
block,
the last
We
couple of
haven't.
games
I don't think we
against
have.
Fulham, against Spurs,
been a wee
you were
bit too
giving the ball to a Martinez, and he's holding on to the ball too much. Move it quickly. You don't have to do spectacular through ball every fucking time, you prick. Move it. Move the ball.
Do you know?
quickly.
Do you know what?
One
Do you know what
touch.
the? Do you know what the craziest thing is? Right, we're so annoyed. Obviously, we're talking about low blocks. We're talking about not enough good crosses in the box, not enough people in the box, bro. There's one thing we haven't even talked about in this show, and I'm actually kind of shocked, man. How many fucking long balls did we see today? How many? Oh, honestly, bro, it was absolutely shocking, man. I could have counted probably about 10 or 15 fucking long balls. And how many times did we win the second ball? Barely any. West Ham won majority of the second ball. It was absolutely shocking, man. Please tell me, people in the chat.
bro, you've got to
please-
switch it.
Are
You've
you
got to switch
asking
it.
for long ball
but
or you
too many long balls, man. Just
No,
keep it
no.
simple.
I don't see many long ball. I think
Oh
we
my
try
God,
to play.
bro.
We try to play through the
Please,
middle. Look, we try to play through the middle. The only issue is that we
Oh
were
my
not
God.
putting the
It
ball
must be me
fast
then.
enough.
Jesus
Last
Christ.
stream, I said it. I said we put the foot on the ball, and when we put the foot on the ball, it's because we don't have option. Our DMs don't have option. Our defenders don't have option. And I got told that no, it's a way to draw the opponent out. Why are you going to draw an opponent that's sitting in a 2 bank or 4 out? You have to move the ball faster.
See-
And the only way you move the
Oh
ball
my God,
faster
man.
is if you guys work that in training.
Oh, man.
I said that last time. But today
Bro,
is not. Look, today. Let me tell you something. If tactic break down low block, I'll tell you, Brighton will be on top of the league. You know why? Because they are the best at moving the ball in this league. But guess what? It doesn't work for them.
If people are saying that they hardly seen, I mean, there's people in the chat they hardly seen fucking long balls. Then I'm in fucking Mars, people. Honestly, because I that was the one word I kept roaring at tonight was stop going long. And you know what, people, Luana, you said about options, like there's no options, so we have to go long. No. Fucking just play the simple pass, go again, restart, just keep the fucking ball. Keep the ball on the ground. Yes, I do agree. In some situations, we have to go long, 100%. But bro, it was so repetitive. And especially came down to Casemiro, Martinez, Bruno, man. Please, I fucking beg anyone in the chat and the panel, watch the game again, bro. Look at the amount of long balls we hit today, bro. It was fucking abysmal. Absolutely abysmal, man.
You know, if you got a chance to watch the game back, right? This is what I want you to watch, right? When we get the ball, when our DMs got the ball, watch them when they have the ball. Watch what's happening in front of them. That's how you know if they have option or not. If you don't see any movement, because you see everybody in front of them walking, because that's what we're doing. But if you see West Ham have the ball, their DM have the ball, you see people move, the wingers moving, the strikers coming, the wingers going in, or the opposite movement. When I watch back the Tottenham game, the 25 minutes that I'm trying to compare, every time the Tottenham DM have the ball, you see Solanke come down, and then their wingers will go up, or their wingers come down, Solanke go up. They are always constantly in movement. So even though their DMs are they're walking with the ball, they're still keeping an eye, and their runs they're dragging our defenders. There is something that we don't do enough. That's why our DM are just putting their foot on the ball and playing a walking pace.
Gentlemen, I need to shoot off, so
Big up
Let's,
Mumbai, man.
we got a point. Let's see what we do at our next one. Hopefully, we get back to our winning ways.
Yeah, the depressing thing though is it's like just before you go off Bombay is it's more annoying because obviously Nuno is like probably the best manager for low blocks, and like I'm looking at Man United's fixtures right now, and there's only about two fixtures that play a low block, which is Nottingham Forest and maybe Brentford or Everton, like maybe them two. But
You were saying, apologies.
yeah, no, you're all good, man. You're all good. No, I'm just gonna say that the depressing part about it is about tonight, and what Nurden and me are stressing about is Nuno is like the prime low block like manager, whereas like the rest of our games throughout the rest of the season, which is why it's so annoying, is because like there's Nottingham Forest left we have to play, and there's Everton and Brentford. Like arguably three of those teams I've just mentioned, they probably play a low block. So there's more tests to come, but I think tonight was a massive test because Nuno plays that low block system really, really well. And when it comes to like teams and stuff, like we can all say it's hard or it's easy to break down low blocks. Bro, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, the reason why they win major trophies like Premier Leagues and all that and Champions Leagues, even in the bigger competitions, is because they can break down teams so well in the low block, and that not only comes down to individually, like individual what's that word? Individual brilliance, but also using your brain and drifting out defenders, drifting the centre backs out wide when we're going wide, and just mixing the play up, obviously, in the final third. Not always whipping the crosses in, like Nurden said.
I'll finish with two things then.
Go ahead,
The first one, bro, is sometimes defenders are not moving. They don't move. You're not going to drag them out. That's just they're staying where they are. They're not moving out. They know what you're trying to do. The manager said, you're not moving today. Let them cross the ball. It's on you to get the header it out. They're not moving. Second thing is, it's good that we've got some games similar to this one coming up, because I can't just say Carrick can't break down a low block after one game, because I feel that the player quality today was really poor. I feel that we're a lot better than that. And I think it's a good chance to see how we're going to perform against these low blocks. Can Carrick break them down? And if we play better in terms of how I know we can play, how I thought we should play today, which I thought we didn't at all. Many parts of our game fell short. I thought there was a lack of courage, a lack of risk, really poor quality passing. That was my issue. Final deliveries horrendous, bad last decisions. These things are important in these types of games. Let's see what the players can do as well. So I like the fact that we can rerun this test again a few times to get a better picture. Maybe Carrick is going to come up short, but I certainly have not forgotten the last 4 games, and I'm not changed my position on the players or the manager because of this game.
Yes.
There's still a lot to see, and I'm going to wait and take it. I want to see how we react to this. If we can look at ourselves, reflect, and say, we are better than that. Today was poor from all of us. You're struggling today. In previous games, we've got like 3-4 candidates for man of the match on each show. Today, you're clutching at straws, and we drew. So
to me, the big difference that I think is on the coach's tactics. Luani tells me every time. Luani was telling me about Amarim. It is the coach's setup. It's the way you set us up. So Carrick got the credit against how we set us up against Arsenal, how we set us up against City. Today, he gets 0 fucking credit. Instead, he's coming out talking to me about how West Ham should stay up. Get the fuck out of here. But good night, Bombay. We appreciate it. Go ahead, Sean.
Big up, man.
Hello?
Bro, even the fact that I wouldn't even give Carrick any credit in terms of like him bringing Sesko on and rescuing a point. Bro, I'm not hearing any of that, man, because see if you would have brought Sesko on earlier, it might have changed the game. It might have changed the game. It probably would have. Probably would have, bro, because you've seen Xerxes and Sesko get instantly 2 chances in the space of 5-10 minutes when they came on. Like it's a shit show. And people always said to me under Amarim, under Ten Hag, you never give managers any credit if they're bringing on substitutes too late. Bro, Xerxes came on at the 80th minute. Sesko came on at the 72nd minute, bro. I am not giving any excuse to fucking or credit to Carrick.
I'm back.
Should have came on for at least 55th to 60th minute for Sesko. If nothing was happening, then you bring on Xerxes at like 75, 70th minute, like that margin. Bro, not 80th, Matt. No, not for me. Big up, Sean. Go on, Sean. Yeah, I'll let you
No,
go.
yeah, I agree with you. I think that
By
was
the way,
my
Sean, we were
yeah,
not
yep.
showing you. Go and watch the show back. Your microphone went into craziness.
Really
It was
bad.
talking like robots. But go ahead.
No, yeah, I was getting some calls. It's the middle of work day for me here. But yeah, no, I think that's the one critique I have of Carrick today. I think the subs came on too late. I think by halftime it was pretty obvious that the squad needed to be freshened up, and I wish he had made that decision earlier. I also think we should have started with some changes in the team. I think I don't like Ahmad on the left. Like
No.
we don't need to have both of them on the pitch. That's a naive mistake that I think Ten Hag and Ole before him was making. It's not by force to have Ahmad and Mbeumo on the pitch. I think Carrick needs to grow a pair and be braver, and make some of those changes. But all in all, I'm just generally not as upset because I think we deserved a point today. I think we would have been unlucky to lose. I think we deserve the point today. I think West Ham and all the teams that are battling relegation are going to put on a masterclass in low block defending for the remaining 12 games that are in this season, right? So I'm looking forward to coming back here. I'm pointing out to the examples of when City or Liverpool or Arsenal find it impossible to break down in low block because it's not that easy. And there are very good defenders in the Premier League who sometimes have exceptional games defending. So,
all of our coverage. It was really an integral part of the editorial.
Who's watching TV?
But yeah,
Sean, I fundamentally disagree.
Of course.
In the point that I disagree with, that Manchester United didn't deserve shit. I think we were very unlucky. I thought it was an amazing ball by Kobe Mainoo.
Lovely
an
ball.
Amazing run by Casemiro. And I think that we were so unlucky. And he's like half an arm offside. For me, that should never be. I can't wait till a new offside rule comes in. Arsene Wenger's working with the FIFA at the moment. And I can't wait for that to come in because this arm shit is bullshit.
It's bullshit, man.
You're running for the ball. Back in the day, if it looks like it's level or just a bit on, you give the goal. But that's the only thing we created in the game. And we created one set piece stuff for Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka read it and cleared it off the line. So before Sesko scored, that is the only thing we created in 97 minutes of football. So the idea for me, I think if Sesko tries that 100 million times, it doesn't work. But luckily, it worked tonight. But it doesn't work. Manchester United didn't deserve fuck all out of that game. West Ham had 2-3 counter-attacks, like Luwani said. If Somerville is on that pitch, if Bowden is on that pitch, they go 2-3 up, and that's a fact. And that's the thing I agree with Luwani. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question? See the offside rule. Does the Champions League offside rule, is that the same as
that's the
what
same,
we have?
Same,
line, it's stupid, man. So
but
stupid.
No, then with that being said, right? I knew toward the game today, well, as West Ham keep giving us the ball, I knew we had the quality to punish them at any time. So I was not too worried about that. The reason I'm more concerned, what Sean is saying, that Carrick and his team need to be proactive. When you're playing in this league, managers will make adjustment to your tactic. They will make adjustment to your personnel. They will make adjustment to your approach. And the personnel, he has been rinsing the same personnel, and managers have been adjusting. And he didn't pick that up. And this is the reason why today this game needed to start with the same personnel that he finished up with. We're playing West Ham. It's going to be a low block. Why don't you start Leniero so you can move that defense up, and Maguire is less of a risk for you? That's something he have to change. He have to manage every game in isolation. Tactic-wise, it's too early to rein it on him because he only have 4 games to work with these guys, and they're still operating in a solo state of mind. They're still pretty much freestyling right now. So he's an interim, like you say. An interim cannot come and impose his tactic just like that, because at the end of the year, we know he's probably not a certainty to stay here. But these players, I agree with you, they have to move the ball faster. But those kind of things is something you develop in training with
But,
a lot of
Luwani,
games
I'm sorry,
in
as
your
the
hand.
coach, you're on the sideline. You demand they move the ball quicker, but he just stands there like that, like a fucking statue. Go there, fan. Fan, are you there?
Yeah.
Talk to me. I called it last night. I called it straight because I said this is the hardest game for him. And tactically, he got found out. I don't need to see. I told everybody and their nana, after 7 months with Ten Hag, I was like, this guy's done out here. I seen what I seen, and that never changed. What I saw tonight with Carrick, with their personnel, and I think there are grounds for agreement with Luwani and with Sean, even though I fundamentally disagree with them on the other points, is that he should have freshened it up. I put the thing out there on the post that should Sesko start. Should we drop in Bermo? Bermo's not been playing great, even though he set up the goal tonight. I think that was a fluke and came from nowhere in the game because Manchester United were not threatening at all. We're not threatening. He just flicked his size 13 feet at the ball, and luckily he went in. But Manchester United created the goalkeeper. We did not work him, Fan. One shot, I think he had to save. One shot I count in the whole of 90 minutes. Not the one that Wan-Bissaka cleared off the line. I don't need to see everything, Fan. I've seen enough. Basic tactics will get found out. Now, there's one thing you could say, so you can accuse me of whatever you want. Did he throw the game because he wants his beloved West Ham to stay up? Or did he, because that statement makes me doubt myself, or is that the basic tactics? I came here, Fan, and I said against Fulham, worrying. Fulham bullied us. And in another given game, we were lucky to get that winner. And it was a brilliant piece of magic, world-class moment from Bruno Fernandes that got that assist. Other than that, we were fucking nowhere. I think that game was going to finish 2-2. In the first half an hour against Spurs, yes, we had a couple of long range shots at the goal. And any keeper should be able to save that. They weren't in the corners. And Cunha missed one wide where it could have gone in on another day. But that's speculative first half. That's worldies, yeah? In that first half an hour, Spurs played 2-3 passes. And like Luwani said, and I explained with Jarvis, they punched the ball through 1, 2, 3. They were back in our box attacking, having a shot on goal. And we come across tonight, because I think in the first half, they didn't all low block West Ham. They, in around the 20-something minutes, 15, 20 minutes, the game was even. But United were defending, they were defending. We were doing a low block, they were doing a low block. But in the times we had the opportunities to get the pass right, the players, bozo moments, bozo players on the ball, Bruno, shit ball switching, Luke Shaw, shit playing the ball first time, Amad Diallo, not even there. I don't even know if he fucking played tonight. I don't even know if he played tonight because everything he did was white. He had 6 players in the box and he crossed the ball and went out for fucking throwing. Dog shite. Absolute dog shite. So, it's simple for me. Michael Carrick, basic tactic was coming. I think after the euphoria, and you know me, I cost City, I cost Arsenal because those results were unexpected. But we said the tactics. We said this is the only way Manchester United are going to win if they play. Go watch my preview I did with Saeed before the City game. Everything I said Carrick did. Make it into a fight, compact, and get the ball and go direct. We did that. Same thing against Arsenal. I said Arsenal are shit. They're a low confidence. I see Wolves go there and batter them and football them. I said go there, and Wolves didn't just sit back. Wolves attacked Arsenal. They didn't low block them. So at the end of the day, Arsenal were in a horrendous form and they were shaky, nervous. They reset after we smashed them. That was a wake-up call for them. But tonight, for me, I have seen all I need to see about Michael Carrick. It's not just tonight, it's the last 3 games. We lose or draw, my eyes don't lie to me. His in-game management is zilch. He's reacting to what's going on the football field is zilch. He kept it the same. He didn't freshen it. I'm sorry to say, Sean Luwani, these are basic fucking coaching in a coaching manual. Keep it refreshed. Keep everybody on their toes. I saw Cunha coming against City, looked a different player. I saw Cunha coming against Arsenal, looked a different player. Cunha started against Spurs. Yeah, he scored against Fulham. Yes, I give him that. But he didn't do anything else in that game. Against Spurs, they wasn't in the game. Tonight was not in the game whatsoever. So what I've said.
But no, then you gotta give him time. You have to give him a chance to
Rwani,
make
I'll come
adjustment,
to you.
though.
Irfan rebuttal, and I'll come to you. Write it down. Make notes. Go ahead, Irfan.
No, listen, already look. I understand why you say these things. I understand why you get so angry. I get it. I do get it. Because, you know, look.
I'm angry because people chat shit to me and call me.
No, it's not that.
Fucking pole dancers telling me after 2 games, if we got Arsenal and City, that he should get the fucking job. Give it a fucking rest.
Yeah, but come on, nerdy. No. Not that many people are saying that. Some people are saying it, but it's not everyone. Come on, right? Look, I get that. I get why you're angry. You want to win every game, and you want to win. Look, you know, people can come back to me and say, look,
no, Irfan, I don't want to. Irfan, for me, it's the performance. It's what I see with my own eyes. It's not about the results. It's not about the results. Irfan, I did a thing the other day, and I said, is this a new manager bounce, or do you see things in the game that's sustainable?
Yeah.
Why am I asking those questions?
It's a little bit of both.
There are things that I can see with my own eyes.
Yeah. Yes. Well, obviously, people who read the game tactically understand all the little nuances of the game. There's thousands of little nuances, but not everyone sees them. You know, you have to be an experienced football watcher from a coaching perspective to see those things you see. I'm hearing all kinds of like cowboy comments and comments that not many people are professional football watchers. I get that. I understand that. So I'm saying to you, I understand why you're angry, but then on the other side, we can say to ourselves, well, he's the interim. He obviously got found out today a little bit. He did get found out today, but he'll be saying, well, wait a second, I did get found out, but I didn't lose, okay? So there are many ways to see this. Like I said, I understand why you're angry. Look, I'm saying to myself, well, wait a second, what did you expect? You know, maybe when you got a bit giddy because, you know, we won 4 and a bounce, but this was 3 days after the last one. And you know, we're not the fittest team. So I can think of at least 3 or 4 excuses why it didn't happen, including the tactics, including the lack of physicality, you know, and speed in the game. And then I can think of very poor decision-making by the players on the pitch, regardless of the tactics. So there are many reasons why. Look, I'm hoping that he learns from this. I don't think he wanted West Ham to win, even though, listen, he's going back to his boyhood club. So I expect him to say nice things about his club. You can't take that comment because you didn't hear what the rest of the quote was. You didn't hear all of what he said. You didn't know what he was asked. So let's not get angry about that. Look, I hope the team can learn from this. I hope the team understands that, look, you know, they've got to learn how to take on. Because if you want to be champions, you've got to learn how to win these games. We're clearly not champions, okay? So I do get it. There are lots of things to learn from this. I mean, look, Nuruddin, let me ask you a question. Do you think a ballsy manager would have played Euro instead of Maguire? So basically, they could play the ball over the top and he wouldn't worry because Euro would be fast enough to get back into. Do you think that could have happened in this game? Do you think that would have been a tactic to squeeze up the pitch more so you can really push them more backwards? Do you think he would have ever done that and not played Maguire in this game? These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. But like I said, Nuruddin, he's 4 games in. He's 4 games with a new team. Like I said, they got found out a little bit today. You know, we can get angry, but we've still got to understand that we dodged a bomb today, a bullet. We dodged a bullet today. We live for another day. Let's hope he can learn from this. Let's hope this game. You did say it was a difficult game. Most experienced fans that I know did see it as a very tricky game, and we got out with a point. But like I said, I really hope that the players learn from this. They're not playing for a couple of weeks. I hope they see this as a disappointment that they didn't really come up with the goods today. I hope they all look at each other and say, listen, we didn't get the tactics right. We weren't playing. We made a lot of bad decisions, And like I said, we needed a little bit more quality from other players on the bench as well. We need to have more of what we got. But this is where we are. All this reveals to me is where we are as a football club, with the players and with the interim coach. That's all it revealed. That's what it revealed to me today, and we're not there yet.
This is a very, very important question. I'd love to ask the whole panel, including Nuruddin as well. So we're going in. Well, myself, Nuruddin are going in on Carrick's tactics and his in-game management, right?
Yep.
So my question is to you: Does tonight, now forget about transfers for 1 wee second, right? Because we know Ineos didn't buy us any players this January, but see this whole the tactics, the system. Does any blame have to go into Jason Wilcox tonight? That's my question to everyone in the panel on the chat. Does any blame have to go into Jason Wilcox tonight? Because if you're just saying to me right now, no, Jason Wilcox is only in charge of transfers. He's in charge of like the youth, like the youth academy, what system, what we want to play and stuff. Then I know you're waffling, because I'm sorry, man. Yes, Carrick has every right of criticism tonight, 100%. From me, this is the biggest test, and he's failed instantly for the West Ham game. Yes, there's more games down the line, but this is a big test because Nuno obviously he loves his low blocks, but when it comes to Jason Wilcox, man, I'm sorry, man. He's there at every training ground. Him and Carrick have those wee private chats. What's the approach? What's the plan? What's the game plan going into the next game? I'm sorry, man. It can't only just be Carrick and his coaching staff. The Wilcox is involved as well. Well, the whole point about a sporting director, it's not only just the transfers. It's the system. It's the tactics. It's the identity. It's what we want to play as a club. Bro, if you don't believe me, go and check out in the overlap Johan Cruyff's son. He spoke on it with Barcelona. He said, my job as a sporting director was, obviously 4-3-3. Obviously, they always played 4-3-3. But he says it wasn't only Pep, discussing the tactics. It was me. I was debating with Pep each of the La Liga games, what approach we should be taking. Bro, I'm sorry. My question is tonight, where does Jason Wilcox have to take any blame tonight? Don't mention the transfers. Forget about transfers for a sec. But does Jason Wilcox have to take any blame for tonight? Nerden, I'll go to you first.
Listen, you know what I think about that fucking.
Oh
clown.
Yeah.
They put an interim. They weren't even ready to sack fucking Amorim. They put interim and another. So we're on a second interim now of the season, and it's some old boys fucking network. So if in doubt, get the old boys, Fergie's boys in it. That's what it is. They have no fucking clue. You're talking. You're asking the question to me, especially.
Yeah. No. Everyone.
The clown. He's the fucking clown.
But do you believe he's like? It's not only Carrick's. It's not only Carrick's tactics. We're seeing Jason Wilcox's tactics as well. Do you believe Jason Wilcox is behind it too?
No. For me, listen. At the end of the day, obviously they work on the game model. The game plan.
Yeah,
Meetings take place before every game, don't they? Who's fit, who's not, with a director of football, and they discuss tactics and travel and all of those bullshit things. So to me, all I know is Jason Wilcox is a clown. He was a nobody. He didn't have a fucking clue. He was a fucking coach at Man City. That doesn't make you a director of football at Manchester fucking United. And you fucking Southampton relegated fucking Southampton. So give it a rest. I'm not here for that talk, but people can answer. For me, I already know he's a clown. And the twerkers and the dancers and the pole dancers for Ineos and clowns like him and Omar Barada, if I was in charge of that football club, they would have been gone fucking. They would never been employed. Never forget about them being here. People, smash the likes. Smash the likes.
What about you, Luani? Yeah, that was a good answer, Nerd. And you spoke about the game model, like the meetings they have, like discussing the tactics of each game coming up. That's what I'm trying to get at, because I actually don't think it's like. Obviously Carrick and his coaching staff are completely to blame today, but it's Jason Wilcox as well. What is he telling Carrick? What is he telling Carrick's coaching staff to do at this West Ham game? It's them wee things there. Jason Wilcox, like I said, he just hides. He fucking hides in the background. We're thinking that it's the coach's tactics, coach this, bro. We're forgetting the most important thing of what a sporting director is at a structural football club, bro, because we're not a structural football club, bro. But we people say we have the best in class, bro. We have footballing people. That's what I'm trying to get at. But go ahead, Lamani.
I don't know what the responsibility of a sporting director is in a club, but I can tell you that it's too early to answer that question. I don't imagine a universe in which Jason Wilcox is sitting in.
Luani, can you just hold it there 1 second, please? Let me just tell them I want to do another poll. Did Carrick get found out tonight? Basic tactics. Also, if you like the video, 53% of the people said yes. 47% have said no. We're gonna do another poll. Was it on the Carrick or was it on the players? The moving the fucking ball fast and the in-game management. That's what we're gonna ask. Was this, because it should have been a loss, really, because that to me was just a fluke and it came from nowhere. We didn't look like we were scoring. We were just panicking, putting the ball in the last 10 minutes of the game, we were putting more crosses in the box to fucking nobody. So I want to ask the question. Please answer it the best of your ability. Was it on Carrick or was it on the players? Go ahead. Go ahead, Luani.
Just right quick,
that way, the game of today.
No. Answer your answer Ben's
Wilcox,
question.
Okay.
yeah.
So I have a little trouble just imagining a universe in which Jason Wilcox is sitting in a room and he calling Carrick and his management team, and they're doing an expose on him, complete on the next game that's coming, how they approaching it, the players that they will put in the lineup, and this. I don't think that just the way it works. That's micromanagement. There's a certain level of freedom that Carrick and his team has in terms of managing this team. There's something called dynamic managing. As the game is going on, game day come, the coach, team staff, and his team. The coach and his team get to pick the players that they play on that day. They get to pick the general approach. And as the game is going on, the coach by himself or sometimes by consultation with his staff, they get to pick who comes in, the substitute, they're changing tactic. And I don't think that have anything to do with Jason Wilcox. But in the long term, in terms of how the approach to game, in terms of if you're going to attack in general, the philosophy, the grand philosophy, or if we're going to play with young players, the transfer, the tactic in general, okay, over the year, over the course of the year, I think they can discuss that with Jason Wilcox. But I don't think he's micromanaging Carrick and his team. And if he is, if we're willing to give him the blame for the way things go today, then let's give him credit for the past 4 games that we also win. That way we are at least fair.
Fair? Jesus. Wow. I mean, Luani, like, one thing I would say this is, like, you look at Bayern Munich, you look at Barcelona, you look at Real Madrid, you look at Inter Milan, AC Milan. Every sporting director that is involved in those clubs I've just mentioned, they have those meetings with their manager, with their coach, whatever they're assigned with. They have their meetings and discussing what, like, say for example, if AC Milan are playing Inter Milan, okay, how does X, Y, and Z? How do they play? How do we want to approach? What's our plan? What's our solution? Like for this next game, do we want to play more possession? Do we want to play a high press? Do we want to play a low block? Like this is in every modern football club, Luani. I'm sorry, yes, this is why people don't understand the meaning and the purpose of a sporting director. People think sporting director is always about the transfers. It's the same with Barada's situation. People think Barada's in charge of the whole fucking thing. Barada's only a fucking commercial sponsorship merchant, bro. He's just in charge of, like, revenues. He's more interested in the bank. He's not interested in fucking signings. He's not interested in football. Wilcox and Dan Ashworth were in charge of the footballing operations. This is why I need to get on to Wilcox. And look, you could be right, Luani. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It could just be Carrick.
I just want to say, Ben's got every right to ask that question, because we've seen all reports that it was every meetings before every game. There was meetings before every game in the training ground at Carrington. There was meetings between Amorim and Wilcox, and Wilcox was telling him to change to a back. It was Andy Mitten and Laurie Whitwell or the Athletic who let it out 2 months before. Were telling everybody, yeah, he's going to change to a back four. He's going to change to a back four, because Wilcox leaked them that story. And Amorim then looked fucking silly and did what happened, and then they sacked him, not because of the results. So I don't know where you're having any faith in Wilcox, because he exposed himself for what he was. But go ahead, Sean, and then go ahead.
Sorry, let me just finish out. What I'm saying is that I don't know how this thing works, but I can sit down from my perspective and just say that I think it's two distinctive roles. Because if it wasn't the case, then Ralph Ragnick would have had success as a manager. But see what happened to him. He can manage, so it's two distinctive roles, you know. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. See, like, the likes of people are saying, why?
Ralph Ragnick put together the most competitive Austrian team that I've seen in a long time. So he showed that he can manage. Just letting you know.
My point is,
Austria were not even qualifying for fucking tournaments before Raf Ranić.
Yeah.
They weren't really qualifying for tournaments.
I'm seeing people in the chat say, why are you mentioning Wilcox? Why, like, what the fuck's he got to do with anything? It's just my point is like, it's such an easy target. We're always thinking about coach. Yeah, and a coach, obviously, he picks the team. He does this, he does that. He's on the touchline. But I'm sorry, this is where the gaslighting comes in, right? And this is where people don't need to get a fucking grip on understanding what a sporting director does. Go and watch the overlap. Johan Cruyff's son, he speaks so well how, like, Barcelona's identity, what his role was as a sporting director. Like, he had private meetings with Pep Guardiola and obviously other Barcelona managers. Like, and obviously what you've just said, Nurden, like, Wilcox has had private meetings with Amorim. He's had private meetings with Ten Hag as well. With Dan Ashworth, even spoke about it as well. Bro, it's right there in the pudding. It's right there in the pudding. My point is, yes, Carrick fucked up tonight. His coaching staff fucked up. Players, to some degree, fucked up. But I'm sorry, Wilcox has to take a bit of the blame as well tonight. Not because of transfers. Yes, we can say about the transfers. That's a completely different story. But his game management, his game model, his solution, his approach into the West Ham game.
Not for one game, though.
Wrong.
For the whole season, yes. But not for one game.
No, we're gonna have that argument.
That's fine.
What are we giving the players quickly? Should we do a quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Let Sonny Lamens. He kept us in the game with the first save.
I'll give him an 8.
What are we giving him? We're giving him an 8.
Yeah, bro.
8 for me tonight.
No. Nerd. I'm being deadly serious. Like, I'm giving him an 8. Do you know why? Yes, he kept us in the game. He actually physically kept us in the game. But see, his actually playing out from the back was actually probably the best I've seen this season from him. He was absolutely outstanding from playing out from the back, and his set pieces, dealt with set pieces so well. He like I said, he was very commanding, obviously, with his in set pieces as well, like obviously outside of corners. But bro, he gets an 8 from me, man. We would have lost that game if that was Onana in it. We would have lost that game if that was Onana. That's the only player he gets. It's the only player I give an 8. The rest are shit.
By the way, Ben, just to share to you, the stats show, the BBC, that we played 39 long balls tonight.
There we go. I told you.
West Ham played 45, but we played 39.
What does that say?
We played backward passes 107.
Wow.
West Ham played 58. So even
awesome.
we played 50% more passes backwards than they did.
I have to.
What do you mean? What you mean 39 long ball? Are you counting the cross?
It's embarrassing.
No.
Successful final third passes, we did 147. They did 61. Total crosses, they did 14 crosses. We did 23. Tackles, they won 17. We won 19. They won more tackles than us, 64. Then we won 63. They fought with 10 more fouls. They cleared. Their total clearances was 23. For me, it showed. Big up, Jarvis. Jarvis, I hope you're well.
I'm good.
Big up, Jarvis. I just want to say something real quick before I drop off. I have to drop off now. But just to reiterate the original point that I was making before, from my perspective, I don't think this is a game to draw sweeping conclusions about team.
Yes, it is.
About Carrick.
This is 5 games now. This is the clearest way to judge Michael Carrick. Go ahead.
That's your opinion, Nurdin. I disagree. I think Carrick made a mistake in the approach to this game by not freshening up the squad. I think the performance we saw from West Ham today was an excellent defensive performance. I think Carrick should have made subs earlier in the match to like.
Oops. I think Sean's headset or mic went again. You're mute, Nurdin.
Go ahead, Jarvis. Jarvis, I said this is the hardest game. Both of us said. I said it 5 times. People were calling me negative in the chat. People were telling me this and that. Michael Carrick got found out tonight. Michael Carrick is a championship coach. Steve Holland is not all that. He didn't listen to him. I don't rate anything about Woodgate. In the first half, I'll give you my 2 pence about the game. I thought me and you were texting during the game, but we didn't do any combination play out wide. We went through the middle again and again and again. We were so slow, especially with Martinez. It's really pissing me off I noticed it in the Fulham game. I noticed it in the Spurs game. I'm noticing it again tonight, and he did more of it tonight. Standing on the ball, not moving the ball. The way you unsettle a low block is moving the ball quickly and then getting in one area, then switching it to the other. There were so many opportunities to switch the ball. There's two ways to switch the ball. You can do a long dive. Somebody who's good on the ball can do low dive, or it takes you three passes at the most from Martinez's position, just inside on the left-hand side in West Ham's half. You go one into the middle, one to pop it out wide. So you pop it into the middle, and one you pop it out wide. And there, Ahmad and Diego Dalot could have had 2 against 1 on Juve, because at times Somerville was coming in central to help them cover the midfield, and that's why he was coming in the pockets, even dropping in to come more central. Somerville wasn't staying out wide. Bowen stayed out wide and defended out wide.
But Nuruddin,
Somerville came in. But I want to say this.
Yeah, please.
So those pricks last night who were laughing at me, calling me negative in the chat, can go and suck their mums, to start with, Every one of them, go and suck your mum. I read games, I don't claim to be tactical, but I read fucking games. And I said this will be his hardest test because I know Neuro Spirits or Santos, and I said playing 3 games a week, 3 games in 3 days will be able to cost us, and it did. You know what? Who ran more tonight? West Ham ran 1 more tonight.
Max.
West Ham won more second balls in the duels. West Ham, Mateus was fantastic in the way he won the duels. And actually, our midfield lost more duels other than Casemiro. I think Man Utd won 4, lost 3, or something like that. So we second ball, we got bopped. And the big thing I agree with Luani, if they would have caught Summerfield and Bowden on the pitch, they would have won that game 3-0 comfortable. Because the 2 breaks fall to either of those guys, they're finishing. But go on.
Pick up Jarvis.
Yeah, where do we start?
Save me.
Where do we start, guys? Because I think we talked about this. We talked about what Nuno Espirito Santos was going to come with. I saw the lineup right away because he first of all he won the manager battle right away because he said we have a couple of players injured, maybe 3. Who knows who's going to start? He made us guess. But going with the strongest 11, he started with 3 defensive-minded midfielders. He had 2 wingers who was tracking down. And, how deep was Bowen actually in this game? I would love to see his heat map because he was really defending both him and Somerville. And even their striker, he helped those 3 midfielders create a box at times when needed. So, you Nuruddin, you talked about the tempo on the ball and why Martinez dilly-dallying, not even Martinez, both him, Shaw, Dalot, Maguire, all of them, Casemiro, all of them, dilly-dallying on the ball, putting the studs on the ball, looking around, waiting, nothing. And why? Why does that happen? It's about there's no players available because there's no space.
Movement at the front.
But you're not free. There's no place to move. So again, I agree with your plan B. Then you need to start switching play.
Why didn't he bring Sesko on and bop it and play off Sesko in the second ball then? Why didn't we bop it so Sesko can occupy the 2 centre halves and bop it to him? Why didn't we do that? Why didn't we go over that 4, go over that 5, go over them, right? Dink the ball over to them, and then Sesko. So then we've got Mbermo and Ahmad playing off Sesko. Why didn't we do that?
And just one more question as well. Like when you're talking about there was no options available. Like obviously I play wing back, right back, and I've done that a few times. I've actually kept hold of the ball, and I'm like, guys, there's no one giving me options. But what I usually do is I don't hog the ball, and I don't like to keep the ball for a longer period. You just switch it, bro. Give it to another player, and then restart. Just that. But we didn't do that. That was the big criticism. Like we just didn't do that at all. We just wanted to play off there.
Yeah, but you're right. The solution is you need a vocal point. You need someone to pin down the centre backs because they were so comfortable with that box, including the striker, and you have 2 free players. The extra man, we talk about extra man defending, but they had 2 extra men defending all the time. And, you know, when needed, the centre-back just moved up and filled that gap. Or, you know, we have no one pushing on to them. So, again, we needed Sesko right away. Cunha was never going to do that job. We know Cunha. He likes to drift. He likes to drop down. Bruno was never going to do that. At least when they play Mbumo and Bruno in the middle as the two, they switch in the opposite direction. So if Bruno drops down and Mbumo moves up, and the other way around. But we didn't do that today. Today they both wanted to drop down, being involved in the zigzag. So for me, you know, I think Carrick he missed his target.
I'm asking you, did he get found out tonight? Was his tactics basic? Did he get worked out?
Yeah, 100%. And you know, I made a show yesterday about it.
Tonight, he got found out the game before and last game too.
He was found out against Spurs, basically. If you look at the first 20 minutes,
and Fulham as well. Remember Fulham as well. Yeah.
So again, you know, I think we need to take it a little bit easy. I'm glad we have a break now, because now we have time to work on the next element. Because, you know, coming in mid-season and changing up everything, it's impossible with Nuruddin. Well, you know, he's done a couple of changes. He played players in their right position, but maybe you have time now. 2 weeks, we can drill. We can figure out a new way to play, because I'm sure that Carrick has more up his sleeve, but it's just the way it is. You know, you can't change too much. You know, and if we do too much, the players will be confused and they won't be able to execute his game plan. So, you know, I think we just need to take it step by step, and this is why I always talk about longevity, keeping the manager. Let's just stay with the guy who's in charge, because eventually we'll come there if they know what they're doing. But they didn't look good today. And yes, I'm glad we have a break. I'm glad, but I think Carrick needs to learn from this, needs to go and evaluate himself and what he's actually doing. Because, you know, putting on Sesko in the 70-something minutes, I think it's too late. You should have done it from the 40 at the beginning of the second half. Beginning of the second half, you need to change the game up. But he didn't. So again, you know, I think he's too careful. And I think he saw that West Ham was really comfortable, and I don't think he knew what to do. I think he was a deer in the headlights at that second half. But at least, you know, we put on Sesko, and Sesko scored a brilliant goal at the end. It did right at the end. And, you know, as soon as Sesko came on, you pinned down those two centre-backs. There was space on both sides, but we lacked quality, you know, in the last third. You saw those dreadful crosses from Dalot, crosses from Luke Shaw, even the cross that came from Mbumo, the one we scored on. Even that is not a good cross. You know, he underhits it, comes in too low. Happily, Sesko, you know, he takes that space in front of the centre-backs again, so he scored a beautiful goal. But even that is not good.
Was that a fluke? Is he getting that goal? Is he putting that
ball?
No,
it's not a fluke on Sesko, but it's a fluke from Mbumo, I believe. I think the cross from Mbumo is
I personally think it was a fluke from Sesko, because at the time, that ball coming in like that, in the angle it comes in, if that ball is played to him again and again, Jarvis, I think it'll go a flick off the front part of your foot and go over or go even wide. I really think he just caught it. It's just one of those. You know the bicycle kick. You know most times players they'll try it 10 times. It worked once. It's that kind of goal for me. That's me personally. But go ahead. And by the way, Jarvis, that we created that chance. We created a chance from the corner, and then we created the chance from the brilliant ball that Kobe put in, the big piece of quality in the game, actually. Put in an amazing ball, and Casemiro made an amazing run. But it was just like, to me, half an arm offside. That's bullshit to me. I wouldn't have carried that. But that's the only thing we created in 97 minutes. So one from a corner, one from that crop, a brilliant ball that Kobe put in. And I thought Kobe struggled tonight. He struggled a lot tonight, by the way. I thought he got there in the position of the goal, and I kept telling everybody and their nan about fucking Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is fucking clueless. I told it in the last 6 to 7 years, I've been telling you, Luke Shaw's clueless. No fucking right defender in their mind lets the ball bounce. You win it, you let it hit you. You don't worry about the man. Go to the fucking ball. But anyway, for me, I think that goal was extremely fortunate. And we were not creating.
I disagree, Nordin, because I think that's Sesko for you. You could see him coming on early. He had a shot that was blocked. He took a shot that we probably shouldn't have, but he tries those things. And he had one when he turned, and also he had, so we had two. That was his third attempt, I believe, and that's what he do. So yeah, he's lucky maybe, but I think it's
a
on purpose.
brilliant goal. He have all the intention behind that goal.
I'm not arguing. I just think it was. I don't think we were creating anything at that time. I think it was just a fluky. He just swung a leg at it. That's what I believe. That's my opinion. He swung a leg at it and he just connected with it, like you would with an overhead kick or with a scorpion kick. You sling a leg at it like, and then he goes in. But I personally believe if you got the ball in that angle, that 10 times the ball's not going in. Maybe out of one time he'll go in, 9 times he will not go in. That's my personal
just
opinion.
very quick fire question. Would you say Xerxes' first goal as a Man United player was fluky? Was luck? Do you remember the wee tap in? It was against Fulham.
No, that was totally different. Xerxes looked exactly where he was going. You go and watch the goal again. Xerxes, you see the ball coming in. Xerxes already had a look. He knew where to place it, and that was a skill. But I personally believe the ball just came, and like you said, Jarvis, the ball was actually too low. It wasn't even a good cross. He turned it into something. He just swung a leg at it, and he connected. That's what I believe. He swung a leg at it, and he just connected and caught everybody by surprise. That's what I believe. But I'm happy to be wrong.
Yeah. When just drifting away, when we're getting on to any positives about tonight, there was actually one case where actually Nuno tried to be a wee bit greedy, and what he wanted to do was, it was a goal kick, and we were actually trying to play it from the back, and Nuno actually told all of his players to press high. And one thing I really liked about tonight was when we were under pressure from playing out from the back, we didn't want to go hoof it or go long or hesitate. We still kept the ball on the ground and kept passing out. And eventually that Nuno then just said, look here, let Man United just have the ball. Don't even bother pressing them high. So that's one thing I'll actually there was only one case, so it was, because the rest of the game they just let us have the ball majority of the time. But that's one thing I would give credit to the boys, especially for the defenders, because we actually played out really, really well from the back, so we did. But I think one of the biggest red flags, Norden, you kept telling me
Ben,
all
I'm not gonna lie to you, Ben. What's the point of playing out from the back? They gave us the ball. They were giving us the ball.
No. But it was so but there was one time where they actually high pressed us so nerd. It was only one time. Now it's only one time. We can't get too carried away. But I'm
By
just
the way,
saying.
Ben, talk to me about our press. Our press was woeful.
Oh, it was shocking, nerd. Shocking.
It's absolute
shocking.
Bullshit.
Shocking.
Absolute bullshit.
And nerd,
that is my main concern.
Yeah.
Is because every team is playing through our press. Now the issue with that is that with how is Carrick gonna deal with this? Because if you come across better team and they use the ball better in the final third, they're able to play to your press like that. They're going to hurt you. Now,
no, but that's because we have Cunha on top. Cunha has no engine. In press play, he likes to walk. If Cunha is in his position, he just stands there. You can't play a mid block and try to press with Cunha. It's a waste. It's the waste. We need, and I can't understand from why we went away from playing Mbumo centrally. I think Mbumo has been a waste on the left, and I think Cunha has been a waste in the 9. It's not their ideal positions, and Carrick needs to figure this out right now. They can't do it.
Yeah.
The reason why we did that, Jarvis, is the same thing where I was talking about the game last night. I said I worry about Cunha. He goes to sleep. He's dopey. He has bozo moments where he doesn't track back. The reason why he played that is because Mbeumo will track back. And defensively, actually, when he was on the right, Mbeumo tracked back. He did track back. He didn't stop the cross from Bowen, but Kobe fell asleep. The thing about Kobe is that he was there, Jarvis. He was in the right position. All he had to do is just attack the ball. Attack the fucking ball.
I'll be honest with you. Everything Nuno did today was by design. See, in the Premier League, you face 2 sort of low block. When you have a back 5 low block, a back 5 with 3 in front of with 4 in front of them, the manager is essentially telling you that he's locking down the wing. You can't do anything. But Nuno gave us a 4-4, 2 bank of 4 today. He's forcing us onto the wing by purpose because he's daring us to cross the ball because they have the size to deal with the cross. And that was, I think, that was all part of the game plan. So the only issue I think they had today is that the game plan from Nuno was perfect. It's just West Ham bottle it because they kept giving us the ball, and I knew we had the quality to punish them. It's comfortable to it comforts you to know that we have the quality to punish them when they keep giving us the ball. But at the same time, you feel uneasy because when you come against better team that can use the ball better, that we fall into their game plan, they're going to punish us.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like freaking that first half, man. Like we only had one chance, technically speaking, in that first half, and that was the set piece from Shaw nearly scored. Obviously, from Wan-Bissaka, he like deflected it out. Like, what's really really concerning is Nurden always keeps speaking about it. When you're in a football game, like the first half and the first few minutes of any football game, you gotta test out the goalkeeper, and that's the one thing we never did in that first half was test out the goalkeeper at all. If you're struggling against a roadblock and you can't break them down, and the defenders aren't drifting away, they're staying in their position because you know what you're doing. And say that there's not enough players getting in the box and like the crosses are getting useless at this rate, bro, test out, even try and take a shot outside of the box, try and test the keeper, try and get some shots off. And I know it's not good because we don't like to see shots outside of the box. Sometimes they can go abysmal and go all over the show, but it just means we're trying to test them out and actually make him, oh, hang on, like we didn't test him out at all. We didn't test him out at all. The keeper was not tested whatsoever.
You know what I keep asking myself today? Every time West Ham want to progress the ball, they split their center back. Fulham did the same thing with us. I think Tottenham did the same thing. So it's a pattern that they copy. When they split the center back, they can put enough people in the midfield or on the wing to progress the ball. But when we are progressing the ball, we have 3 center back and our 2 DM. So we can commit enough people into our midfield other than Kobe Mino and Casemiro. And the issue with that is that when you're progressing the ball in that manner, you think about it a little bit. If you want to break a low block, you need people who are carrying the ball, like Lisandro, Casemiro, or Kobe Mino, to be able to carry that ball or pass it past the very first line. How can you get that if you commit 3 defenders to the build-up? But by change of personnel, if you have Eden Heaven or Euro at the defense, for example, okay, so let's suppose we sacrifice one of our fullback for Eden Heaven, or we have a back 3 of Eden Heaven, Euro, and Lisandro. You can dare Lisandro to carry the ball a little more forward and engage the first line, while you have Eden Heaven and Euro sitting back, counting on their recovery pace in case things don't go right. That's why I say Carrick have to have an element of bravery about him to just tweak the lineup depending on the team that we will be facing. If you know that they're going to low block us, tweak the lineup so we can push that defense forward in order for our first time ballers to carry the ball past that line. It cannot just be deep passing or crossing. People are set up to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, like Bombay was spot on there tonight. Like, if you're trying to break down a low block and say the defenders are kind of like, say if you're playing against smart defenders and they know what the opposition's doing, like trying to drift them towards the wide areas to create the gaps in the central areas, then if they're just going to stay in their position, the next thing you got to be thinking is, if you're trying to crossing into the opposition's box, the 2 in the midfield, Kobe Mino and Casemiro, have got to be in that opposition box. Yes, 100%. You're vulnerable to counterattacks, but bro, you have pacey centre backs. Like, you know, like this is why I don't think Maguire should have started. Maybe even start Lenny Euro. I just think Carrick got it completely wrong today, man. And like I said, man, I think what we've got to do is just we need more of these tests, man, with these low block teams, man, because Like right now, like today was I'd give Carrick a 0 out of 10 today, bro, because it was absolutely dreadful. It's nothing to compare to what I've seen under Amarim, under Ten Hag, under Ollie, like even under Ollie as well, bro. Like when we were trying to do that counter attacking football, it just never really seemed to work with Ollie, like, and same with Ten Hag too, like. But I just care about these games like low blocks because I know what we can do against the high press teams. I know what we can do against the mid blocks. We can play so well against them teams. It's just the people who sit back, allow us to have the ball, allow us to have control, the tempo and all that. It's them wee things there. Like we just need to focus a lot more on that. But go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, I was just going to say when it comes to this, we got to realize one thing: we have a limited limited players when it comes to this. We have one ball progressor, and I think the key in all of this is always Martinez.
Yeah.
And why is Martinez key to this? Because then we get to utilize Bruno Fernandes higher up on the pitch, and then he can do his magic, attract players, and start playing intricate passes and get players free. We couldn't do this. I think the game plan from Nuno was just to block out Martinez on the ball all the time, so he couldn't find any options. If you could see how hard Jared Bowen, how hard Van Bissaka worked, how hard the rest of their midfielders, and especially Sushek and I would say Potts and even Mavropanos moved up high, and all they did was block all the space for all the passing lanes and all the pockets for Martinez to find. And I think he just found us out. And Carrick, he can wave his magic wand and like say Simsalabim and but are we going to bank on Maguire to find those passes that Martinez is doing?
So
it doesn't work like that. We don't have the best personnel. I would even say we were better when it came to progressive passes when Lenny Yoro came on for Maguire because he's better on the ball. We had more options because we weren't relying only on Martinez to play those through balls. We had two centre backs. So again, we are limited in our personnel, and people got to realize it, and you can't blame it all on Carrick. It's all about, and now I said every time we play a game now, a manager have more data, we have more knowledge about how to break us down and analyze footage from our games. And now they see it. Martinez is the one who makes the most passes on our team every game. He's most on the ball, most possession. He's more than Bruno, and this is why we get to utilize Bruno higher up the pitch. And it's not rocket science. You just stop Martinez. No. So for Carrick now, the 2 next weeks, he got to figure it out another way. If this is our only option, playing option A.
That's what I'm saying, right? It's up to Carrick to be brave. Go to Maguire and say, hey, you know what? Today is not going to be that type of game. I'm going to commit more numbers forward, and I'm going to commit Lisandro forward. So I'm going to need you to sit this one out, and I need recovery pace in the back. So Lenny Yoro, Eden Heaven, both of you are starting. Luke Shaw, I might need you to sit this one out because I need the recovery pace. That's it. Yeah. You have to be brave as a manager.
Guys, I got to bounce here. Big up to everyone, man. Great show tonight. Big up to the chat, man. Free Palestine.
Yeah, big up, listen.
And then people, then people. Go ahead.
Go ahead, John.
No, just going quick here. Then people behind Nerden's head will never be. They always will be mentioned in this fucking show, man. And look, it's not good enough that we never got a signing this January, man. I don't care if any club didn't buy any fucking players or any of that shit. We got to focus on our job and our role. And right now, we haven't got enough midfield players. We haven't got enough fullbacks. We haven't got enough centre backs. We haven't got an experienced striker, a left winger. There's so much fucking holes in this team that needs to be fucking fixed, man. And them people behind Nerden's head are to fucking blame. Wilcox too, Barada too. And look, I'm just looking at Man United's next games. Look, I'll be honest with you, people. I don't care about Crystal Palace. I don't care about Newcastle, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Liverpool, Sunderland, Brighton. The games I'm going to be monitoring Michael Carrick right now is Nottingham Forest, the next game against Everton, and finally Brentford. because them three teams there, they could potentially play a low block. So let's see what Carrick does.
Maybe Moyes will be rubbing his hands.
Yes,
You know,
I
he's
agree,
looking
Jarvis.
forward to
And
this.
he will be looking forward. So look, Carrick, you fucked up today. Coaching staff, you fucked up. Will Cox, you fucked up. Players, you just need to sort yourselves out, man, because that was dreadful, man. And yeah, look, we go again, man. Free Palestine, fuck the Zionists in
Big
the
up,
world,
Ben.
man.
Yeah,
big up
big up,
Nerden,
Ben.
big up Jarvis.
Big up, Ben. Always love Free Ireland, mate. Free fucking Ireland, United. Jarvis, you just made a statement saying that we've got limited players. We've got what? Please to say that bit again because the sound dropped. Having YouTube issues tonight. There's fucking issues with YouTube sound.
No, my point was only that we still have the same type of players, and I said Michael Carrick, he can't wave his magic wand and fix everything.
No, but we know what he
overnight.
can do, Jarvis.
He gotta be realistic. But he could have played more long balls into Sesko, try to play
could help
over.
himself, Jarvis. He could help himself. He could help himself and pick the right lineup and don't play the same bullshit.
But you do agree if you only have, let's say, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you come into a team mid-season, you have 25 players. You have sessions.
Yeah, but Jarvis, but I'm sorry.
How many things can you change in a short amount of time?
But listen,
Looking
Jarvis,
from a really realistic point of view, and
yeah, Jarvis, 100%. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the
you got to focus on plan A, and plan A you have,
Jarvis, but that's what he did as a championship manager. He's a plan A guy. He doesn't have a plan B, right? So that's the point I made. I did the video. I talked about it there. I said sometimes he vacates the midfield. He doesn't respect the midfield either. I said that. And tonight we saw it when we faced against a team that was well organized and actually wanted to fight in midfield. We didn't have to fight. The point I was waiting to is that saying all that, Jarvis, you could have started with the right. You start with the game. You bring Sesko in, and you drop Cunha out, and then you play two in Mbemo. Mbemo can play off Sesko. There's so many things you could have done tonight. You could have made the changes. The fact that he bought the same team at halftime showed me everything. Michael Carrick is not it. It doesn't take it. It's not going to take me 20 games or 3 seasons to wake up. He's not the guy. He's not the guy. Yes, with all of the different limited things, that's correct, and I'm not going to argue that. But what he's in charge of is lineups. He's in charge of in-game management, and tonight he's failed zilt for me. And I don't actually think it's the players because he's the one that's coached the plan for this game to go. We're going through the middle. We're not going to try to double up out wide and switch the play quickly. We're not going to overload them one side and switch it out. There were so many times in that game, Jarvis, watch it again. Diego Dalot is like this. Throwing his arms, it's like that. Diego Dalot, he's there by himself because Ahmad has drawn or come to this side and put Juve, and he's there by himself. We don't do that. And you don't need anybody who can play the diag to do that, to switch the play. You can do it in 3 passes. And this jogging on the ball, what Martinez is doing, needs to give it a fucking rest. Because what you're doing is that the more you're doing that on the ball, right, chip it. If you had Sesko, you would have chipped it. Chip it over them. The 4 in front of you, just think the ball over them and go and play for the second ball then. But him dwelling on the ball, trying to look for this perfect through ball. You've been believing in your own fucking hype too fucking much, man. Don't do that. Move the ball quickly. You tired them out. You are tiring them out when you move the ball quickly. That's what I've always been told. When I play something, you played against a low block, we would tire them out. The coach would say, regardless what happens, move that ball quick, because they have to cover spaces. But when you're dilly-dallying on the ball, they're just judging their spaces. They're correct. They're cutting their passing lanes out. They're all tightly. They're looking behind them, no runners. That's why we made this.
I think that's the key. There's no runners because it's so easy to defend in front of you. You know, as a defender, first thing is to defend behind you.
Of course, this Saturday we made a Chelsea fucking reject centre half look like he was a world beater. What the fuck are we doing here? Because nobody was up against him. Everything is in front. For me, Michael Carrick's not the guy. But you had fucking top reds, right? And Ineos Twerkers telling me he's a fucking genius because he beat Man City, who are on shit form anyway, and fucking Arsenal, who are on shit fucking form. He beat them too, and now he's the greatest fucking coach and a genius, and give him the job right now, like fucking Rio fucking Ferdinand, that prick, that Ineos fucking
No, how many runners do we have? When you talk about we have no runners at the front, we only have Bruno and Bomo to run in behind, right? So
So what's
in our
Cunha?
front
So why
five.
is Cunha coming to the
Ahmad,
ball? You tell Cunha, no.
yeah,
Cunha, play on the
Ahmad
shoulder,
won the
run
ball to
behind.
foot. Ahmad won the ball to foot. Cunha won
No,
the
but
ball
this is.
to feet.
But I'm sorry, Luwani. You tell them, guys, you're too predictable in your game. To Cunha and Ahmad run beyond the ball, because you're creating a space. If you make that run, you're creating a space for. That's what it is. It's called opposite movements, Luwani. It's basic football. This is not fucking rocket science.
I'm glad you just brought that up, right? I'm glad you just brought that up. You know what I noticed when I watched the 25 minute against Tottenham, when their striker make the run down to, you know who make the run up is their DM, Gallagher. So the issue here is that our DM Kobe Mino and Casemiro actually made a third man run, but our DM are not making enough third man run. And I think the reason for that is because they are a bit risk adverse because of Maguire that we have. So if you have center backs that have recovery pace, you can take more risk. And I think that's where Carrick come into play. He has to make a little change. That's all.
I think it's because they want close proximity with the players, and we know this. It's about the possession play of Carrick, and if you look at it, you always see that under Amorim we used to have the diamonds. We have no diamonds anymore. We have triangles, and it's so simple. We set up triangles. It doesn't matter who it is. If it's Casemiro, if it's Maino, if it's Bruno, they always move like set up triangles. And you know, if one of them make a deep run, you don't have a chance to set up a triangle again to pass, bounce off.
You know what's funny? Amorim's system was forcing them to do a lot of switch of play. Now, Carrick say, hey, you guys are free to play to your abilities. Now, everybody want to showcase what they have on the ball, the little touches and all that. Carrick need to find the balance.
Yeah, but you look at the sessions that they publish on the official channels. Look at these sessions. It's all about passing. It's about movement. It's about you have cones and third man runs. So you always receive the ball, pass it sideways, 45 degrees one way or the other. You know, it's fairly basic, but it's how you make a possession play. You know, you don't play a bounce pass directly back. You play it out, or you play it this way.
Tonight, West Ham covered 1.9 more distance than Manchester United. Walking 34.32, and Manchester United 35.52. Jogging 57.71 West Ham. Jogging 56.67. Sprinting West Ham 7.98. Sprinting 7.8. These players are not ready. If Ineos don't sign 8 players, whoever the fucking coach is next season, these lot are going to finish bottom of the fucking... We're going to be dropping down the table. They can't play 3 games a week. They can't play 3 games a week. West Ham kept
giving us the ball. They kept
8 to 10 players Manchester United need to sign. Big up to Craig Wolby, though. Listen, guys, we're going to have to close it here. For me, fuck all those pricks that were telling me that Carrick is this, Carrick is that, and telling me that I was negative. I called the game. I know how to read a game before it even happens, because I know who the coach is, I know how the other team will set up, and I know how it is to set up against us. I called it against Fulham. A majority of you told me I was negative. Called it against West Ham and against Spurs in that first half an hour. I said we were getting bopped and they were coming through the middle too easy, and that press was non-existent. Tonight, press got exposed, everything got exposed. And if Bowden and some of you were on the pitch towards the last end of the game, they would have won 3-0 tonight. Simple.
Yeah, that's a 3-0
and I think the goal that we scored was quite fortunate because we weren't creating shit. We created one great opportunity in the game from Kobe Mano quality ball into Casemiro, and it was a half a fucking elbow, fucking offside, which is bullshit to me in football. But that's my.
The only thing I disagree with you with is, the only thing I disagree with you with is the goal, because I think honestly, if you're a striker, you're back to goal. And with minimal touch, you can hit the target while the goalkeeper is rooted. That means that you know where the goal is. You know, I really, really think that's a piece of quality. You know, and hopefully more to come.
Go ahead, Jarvis. Last comment.
No. There's so many things we can fix, but I haven't lost faith in Carrick. I think he can come good, and we have had a lot of managers when you have to be like a professor when it comes to tactics to understand what's really going on. It's not the same with Carrick. He makes the players do the basics. He most of the time play the players in the right positions. I think we are on the right path, Nordin. And I would rather have Michael Carrick at this stage with this squad than Amorim, for example, because I think it's a level above what we have for the moment. So again, I think he can get the best out of this group for the remainder of the season. But we have to look closely on where we're going next. I have some worrying things. There were some things today saying that we are looking at giving Maguire a new contract. For me, okay, but we don't even know who the manager is going to be. Are we going to play a high line? Are we really going to re-sign Maguire for another contract if we're going to play a high line? What are we thinking? This is my problem with this. So for the moment, I'm okay with Michael Carrick. I think he's doing a wonderful job. He has mistakes in him. He's not the next Enrique. He's not the next Alex Ferguson. But I think he's better than most of the managers we've had in many years. Better than Ten Hag. Better than Amorim. I think those type of system managers are a level above our squad at the moment.
Yes, Jarvis, I agree to a certain extent. I'm answering the question compared to the word that these top fucking Reds and these clowns on here and fucking on socials are telling me this guy needs to get the job. He got found out tonight. I said it. You said it as well. His tactics are basic. His in-game management is woeful. He got the lineup wrong tonight, even before the game began, and he thought he could get away with it, just letting them freestyle. Because Dogu's out now. And it shows you how much we miss Dogu's athleticism in a game like this tonight. And Luke Shaw and Maguire cannot be here next season. If this club is going to move forward, Luke Shaw and Maguire cannot be here next season. But I'll probably do a video about that tomorrow. But it is what it is.
You gotta be Iraola, man. You gotta be Iraola.
Big up to you, love and light. Appreciate you, people. Please make sure you check out Tactical Devil Stew, and if you want more in-depth analysis about the tactics with pictures and videos, please go and check out Tactical Devils right now. That channel should be on 5K at least. Fuck YouTube for suppressing that channel for no apparent fucking reason. Big up to Luwani. Make sure you follow him at Manuel Luwani. And Emmanuel Luwani 1979. Make sure you follow Jarvis Bowley, BOLE77. And make sure you follow Sean at Sean Thomas and check out his geopolitical podcast, How We See Things. Make sure you follow Irfan Rainey on X and Irfan Rainey on Insta. Make sure you follow Ben at Ben at Elmore39 on X, Elmore20 and Elmore20 again on Twitch and TikTok. So Elmore20 on TikTok and Twitch, Elmore39 on X. Bumbaye, you won't find him anywhere else. But yeah, big up to Mohammed, big up to everybody who disagree with me tonight. Feel free to disagree. That's what I've got my opinions. You've got your opinions. I called the game last night. I knew what type of game it was going to be. Other than that fluky flick, me personally, because that's what that was, from Sesko that got us a point, Manchester United created fuck all in the game, other than one piece of quality with Casemiro. And in the first half, he created one opportunity from a corner. Luke Shaw and Juan Masaka read it. So it is what it is. Free Palestine, Sudan, Syria, Iraq, Yemen, Lebanon, Congo, Haiti, Greenland. Solidarity, love with all the Scandinavian indigenous people. Fuck all of the kingdoms, the Norwegian kingdom, the Danish kingdom, and all of the other fucking wankfest kingdoms.
We have our queen who's involved with Epstein.
Yeah, with the Epstein. Yeah, her son.
Yeah, or a princess.
They're eating children, man. This is the most
elite.
PDF files, the elites around the world.
Yeah,
they're eating children, man. This is what we are, and majority of us are sat in talking about shit Manchester United while the world's elites are eating children. Tells you everything. But yeah, people, that's where you go to Tactical Devils. Make sure you go and check that out. Please go and check that out if you want further analysis with video and photos about the game and deeper analysis. Big up to Jarvis, big up to all of you. And yeah, free the world from Zios, free the world from the Epstein, free the world from the elites who are eating babies. F those all in the PDF files. Peace, love and light. Win, lose or draw. F the Glazers, F Ineos. Carrick's not the guy. I don't need to see it 20 games. I don't need to see it 3 seasons. He's not the guy. Things he's doing the basic. His in-game management lacks. He severely lacks in-game management, and he doesn't read the game. I live in Hume. I've got 2 coaching badges, and I could see that half. They don't come back that same team. Sesko comes in. I even would take, honestly, I will make 2 changes. I'll take Mbeumo and Cunha off because they offered fucking fuck all, and I would have put Sesko on with 2 up front. Try something different. Zertsky and Sesko, hit that fucking ball low. Let them play off each other. That's what I would have done. But that just shows you what the fuck I know. But it is what it is, people. Good night. Big up to everybody who made the comments. And let me just see the last bit. Was it 50-50? That's what people are going for. I said, was it on Carrick or was it on the players? 50-50. Actually, 52-48. Yeah. Nice one, people. Love. Take care. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.